Or
like I've stayed on, I think, a 30-minute one-on-one for almost 2.5 hours once, just because I didn't have anything else booked, and we were talking about deals and getting stuff done and doing things. So it's as long as I don't have other things booked, man, you have my attention for the most part. So anyway, I'm gonna let Trent take over. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and the people that I said that I was gonna reach out to, I will do that in a little bit. I just have to make a couple phone calls prior to getting into these deals. But Trent, take it away, man.
All right, bud, take it easy. Thanks for doing what you're doing. All right, Juicebox, you're all good. I think you're just got your massive portfolio. Yeah. Good luck with that. That sounds amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, stressful, but yeah.
It's very stressful. That's the whole point. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
Right. Good luck, guys.
All right, let's do this. How you
doing?
Good
morning, Trent.
Hey, what's going on?
I hadn't seen you in a couple of days. I'm just all over the place.
Good to have you. What's going on?
Hey, I have a property that's I spoke to Richard about it last night, but it was too late. It's a commercial property. It's not listed with an agent. It's not even listed anywhere.
Good.
So I've been contacting the seller directly. It's gonna be a commercial property that has kind of a house in it, and then there's a empty lot on the other side.
Okay.
So we started negotiating. His asking price was like $730 for both properties, for the building and for the lot.
Okay.
The thing is that this road where it's at, it's a very busy road. Like there's like right in front of it, there's like a 7-Eleven, there's a Captain D's, Wingstop, Whataburger, Burger King, like a bunch of like it's a very busy street.
Yeah.
So we started off at $730, but then I got him down to $575.
Great. Okay.
The thing is that I don't know how to dispose this, like if it's something that's sellable, if it's a cash offer.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, for sure. If you what's the use of the commercial side? Is it a warehouse?
So it has 85 different permits that you can do there. Previously it was an office for an HVAC company. Okay. It's vacant right now, but it was rented to them for $4,000. And he said that he keeps getting like requests to rent it, but he doesn't want to work with he doesn't want to be a landlord anymore. He's trying to get out of the country.
Okay.
To invest somewhere else. So that's why he's not trying to rent it. But based on like everything around is like 1.2, 1.3. There are houses around it that have sold for like 470, 450.
Okay.
But I'm having issues finding actual comps because it's not listed anywhere.
Okay. So the good thing is that it's in a busy area. I like that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
super
huge.
busy.
Yeah, that's huge. Send me the address. Let me take a look at it. Is it on what's it on? Crexy or?
No, it's nowhere.
Oh, good. We love that. How'd you find it?
He has the phone number on the glass, and I live nearby.
Oh, good. Even better.
Yeah. Let me send you the address. Okay. So it's two addresses. One of them is this one, and then the other one is this one.
Okay. Let me check these out. And where are we? What city?
Oh, this is Colorado Springs.
Oh, good. Yeah, you love Colorado Springs. Let's take a look. Okay, so not bad, and it's a nice brick building too.
So yeah, it does need some work because it was used like as a
It was used as a what? Hang on 2 seconds. I'm lagging.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, so it was used as a commercial property for HVAC company.
Okay.
So it's not been used for residential. But it's the zoning is it's in a great zone. Like you can do anything you want. You can do a tire shop, you could do an auto shop, you could do this like insurance, you could do whatever. Oh, and there's also oh my God, this company that sells paint, Sherwin-Williams, right across from it too.
Okay. Is he interested in seller financing or he wants cash?
He wants cash. I haven't really pitched seller financing because what I'm getting from him and that big jump from 730 to 575 is because he's trying to invest the money out of the country. So he's not from the US. I think he's from Asia or something like that.
Okay.
So he's trying to take the money and just, go out with it.
Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting, you've got them down a lot. I just can't find comps. That's the hard part.
Yeah, that's what I've been struggling with. I even contacted a couple realtor friends that I have to see if maybe they can refer me to a commercial agent that could probably give me comps.
Yeah, and that's I'm checking on Crexy too, and Crexy's usually pretty good.
And there are some pictures on PropStream for it.
Okay.
So you can see the conditions of the inside on there too.
God, this is a tough one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything anywhere. But at $4,000 a month just for the one building, right?
Yeah, just for the one building.
And there's how many other buildings? I'm not seeing the details.
No, it's a lot. It's empty. So they used to use it as parking
for their vans and stuff. The HVAC.
Yeah, it was packed. Like I remember a couple of years ago where they had a sale and everything that was because the building has always been occupied.
Yeah.
This is the first time that it's not been occupied for the last couple months. But it's such a busy street that I remember like them having a bunch of things outside and then a bunch of vehicles and it's a great spot.
It's almost perfect for a car lot. It's it's got that visibility.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay, so he did send me something. Let me see. Okay, so he did send me some comps.
Okay, good.
But the comps are not that high. They are like 630, 667, 622, 500, 599, 375.
Okay, and is he planning on putting this out anywhere? Is he wanting to list it?
His listings expired with the previous agent, so he's just trying to do it on his own. But he's not promoting it anywhere. It's just like for sale and his number on the bottom. That's it.
Yeah, I think you're in a really good spot here to almost come in and help him as being the agent and just say, hey, I've got investors. I can put this in front of them if you can just make sure you keep it off market. And that way you don't even have to get it under contract if you get a verbal contract with him to let you sell it.
Okay.
And then I would just start hitting, especially Facebook groups in Colorado Springs. Because it's I don't know what it's worth. I really don't. I don't think your price is bad at all. And so you could get locked in verbally or just, a simple LOI with him because you're in the area.
I was going to send him an LOI. He said that he's looking to close in the next 30 days.
Oh, wow. Well, that's aggressive. Yeah, I would sit down and talk to him and just say, hey, here's what I do. I've got a community of 11,000 people that are all searching for stuff. If you give me exclusive rights to go after it, I won't charge you anything. I'll just I'll take whatever more I can get over the purchase price you guys already talked about.
Yeah.
Especially since you live there. That's why it makes it so much easier.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome.
No, good
Thank
stuff.
you so
That's
much,
really cool.
Trent. I love the feedback. Thank you.
You bet. Happy to do it. Okay, take it
care.
easy. See ya. All right. Diana, what's up?
Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. And yourself?
Good.
That's good. So, I found another house, well, 2 houses.
Okay.
This time in Georgia, so
Perfect.
it is wholesalable.
Excellent. That's a good step.
So, yes. So one of the houses is a new construction, like the neighborhood is new and everything, no HOA or anything like that. So
Yeah, I think I saw the
everything
one you
is
sent
up
me.
to date.
Let me check that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I had sent you a message in DM about it because they had a $110 dollar fee to hold the house. And I was not sure how that would work. Like, once I give them the offer, would it be included and then the buyer would?
Yeah, the buyer would
take
do
care
it.
of
Yeah,
that,
and
or-
it's yeah, that's what I was asking if because I thought it might be in Texas because that's so you didn't ever send the address.
Oh, let me send it to you.
No worries. Yeah, let's take a look at this because yeah, the holding fee of 1,000 is a little bit high. In Texas, they require it, but it's usually like $100, and so sometimes we just suck it up and do it.
Oh wait, I sent you the wrong. Wait.
Is that the wrong one?
No, yeah, that's the one. No, yeah, that's the correct one. It's because I have the 2 of them next to each other. But yeah, this is the one. So it's like completely new and it's been in the market for like almost a year.
Wow.
So I spoke to her and
did they say what the reason was
she
they haven't sold it?
She didn't really go into details. She
Okay.
said that she didn't really know why.
Okay.
It's just kind of been there. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I asked if like maybe is there anything wrong like with the area? And she's like, no, it's like a brand new area. Like the whole area is like brand new. So it could be that nobody knows about it, maybe.
Okay.
But besides that, she did say that they even have like a promotion where the finance is at 4.9.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
They
want 408. So I'm wondering if they'd be open to seller financing. So what we can do you know what the rents are in the area?
For this one, let me see what it was.
Probably around $3,000.
I think so.
Yeah, this would be prime for seller finance.
Yeah, about 2,938. So about $3,000.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me get my. So what we could do is offer them, I think, probably around $750 a month. Let's see. Yeah. So if you were able to go in and offer them $750 a month over a 10-year balloon, let's see if that's something they'd be interested in, and that way you can offer them, 420. Say, hey, would they be interested in 420? I know it's new. I'd be willing to come in at 420.
Okay.
And just leave it at that and just see, like, let's figure out a low, like I'm getting 211 as a cash offer. So you want to sneak in with a cash offer that's kind of a little bit insulting, but not super insulting. And just say it's been on for so long that you would want to come in at that price at like let's call it 250 just to be a little bit more gentle. And when they say no to that, say, well, what about would they be interested in 420? Because I have a way that we can do 420.
Okay. So I'll give them the 250 cash offer.
Yeah.
But if they say no, I'll be like, okay, well, I could do finance of 420 with
don't say finance.
a monthly
Yeah,
payment.
don't say finance.
No?
Yeah, no, we want to just say,
Oh.
hey, would they be interested in like an offer at 420? Just like that. Totally. Then let them come back to you and be like, wait a minute, how's that possible? And then your answer is, well, I do that to incentivize the seller to take a set of payments. And so it's a little less weird for them. It's a little easier to swallow when they come to you and say, wait, I want to hear more about that. It's a lot easier to sell it to them.
Oh, okay. And it'll be a 10-year balloon of $750 per month, and then at the end of the 10 years, they get the remaining balance?
Yep, they get the remaining balance of everything. That would be paid off in full. And so, yeah, I mean, if you do that, a cash on cash is pretty good, like 42%. And so, if we can get it down that low, if anything, if they say, ooh, yeah, I don't think we could do that, then go up to, like, say, what about 430? That, go up by 10 grand on the purchase price, because the purchase price, you can go up almost to 450, no problem. And see if that, and remind them that, it's sitting vacant, I assume, if it's brand new.
Yeah.
And so they're probably losing money on it each month. And this way it would kind of turn everything around. They'd start making money. But it's pristine.
Okay. And I also have this other address. I spoke to the agent already.
Okay.
Oh, wrong keyboard. Oops. This one has been in the market for almost the same amount of time.
Okay.
The only reason this house has been on for as long as it has, according to the agent, the roof is new. It's like 3 years ago they updated it. Everything seems to be up to date and quoted. But it was under contract for a really long time. But whoever it was under contract with, they were trying to sell their other home.
Oh, to get into this one?
They never, so they never were able to. So it just came back on the market. So it's been on there for a really long time.
Okay. And do you have any idea cash wise what they want? Because they want 700,000.
No, I don't know what they went for.
Okay. So they already have a mortgage. For their equity. And so this one's tough because, well, the rents are 3,700. Is that what you're seeing as well?
I believe so. Yeah, that was the last thing I saw. 3727.
Okay. And so if we were to offer them, so they're 13. I mean, we could offer them like 250 on top of it, $250 for their equity. That could work. Let me see here. Yeah, that's still not that great. This one's tough. I mean, it's just they owe so much. Their balance is 300,000. And I think they're just massively overpriced.
Yeah.
At 700,000 in that neighborhood. Let's just see what the rest of the neighborhood looks like. Yeah, they bought it for 360, but but they must have done a lot of stuff. Let's see. Well, I guess the neighborhood, well, let's see.
Yeah, the neighborhood is between 5-ish, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot. There's right across the street, there's a 343, 409. Yeah. But then right next to, oh no, that's that one, 480, 502. Yeah, they're about $200,000 overpriced. Like, if not a little bit more. So that's what I would tell them. I mean, I would just say, hey, I'm looking at, your neighbors, and I mean, there's 2-3 sold for 445, 565, and 519. So just let them know they're massively overpriced. And see, do you know what the reason is? It's just totally just because somebody fell through.
Yeah, someone fell through, and yeah, that's the only reason. Besides that, he said that he doesn't know why, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, because it's beautiful. I mean, it's
you.
definitely a beautiful place. It's just its location doesn't warrant its price. If this was in California, it's absolutely worth that. But it's in Macon, so yeah, I would beat them up on their price. Just say, hey, why are you guys, like $300,000 more than anybody else? Yeah, it seems like you guys are super overpriced. I'm sure
So
it's because
it
they
kind
did
of feels
upgrades.
like they're trying to get for the rest of their mortgage and then like the house equity.
Exactly, and so their equity is not what they think it is. They're asking 700,000. I don't think it's worth it. It's beautiful, so it's a really pristine. So they put a lot of money into getting it up to, and so I'm sure they've got money into it. But yeah, I would just say, hey, I could offer you 400,000 for it. But if you wanted to do a hybrid, or even just a mortgage takeover, that would be. But otherwise, it's just not sellable. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So I would go 419 for a cash price.
Okay.
Okay.
So cash offer.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Well, thank you again, Trent.
You bet. I'm glad you got out of Illinois. That's good.
Yes.
That's a win. That's a win right there. All right. Take it easy.
Bye.
See ya. What's up, Mike?
Let's go. What's going on, Trent?
Same old, same old. What can I do for you?
All right, so pretty much, I have that one that I showed you like 2 weeks ago. It was a mortgage takeover.
Okay.
It was very minimal down. That's been in dispo. It's not selling. So I just asked for an extra week on the inspection.
Okay, good.
I have to write. So they agreed. I have to write an addendum now. So I don't know how to really do that.
Yeah.
Like,
is it with Riches, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just go to support, go #support, and then send them a message and say, hey guys, can you write up an addendum? I got the extra couple weeks or however much time you got.
Next week.
Yeah, because they need to know that. There's the and so you just click on that and go to buy box cartel support or to general questions, and really bug them because they're super busy and you got to stand out.
Right. I got that. I already told my dispo girl that I got it. I was just gonna write the addendum myself.
No, let them do it. They're in the middle of it. It's way better for them to get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's simple. I mean, they know how to do it. That'll take them 10 seconds.
All right, cool. All
Yeah.
right, I'll do that.
Good getting extra time. That's really important.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. What's up, Shadow?
What's going on?
Same old.
So yeah, what I sent you in the message,
Yeah, let's take
it's the same one that we talked about the first on, like, I think it was like my first day in Hold My Hand.
Okay.
I came up with you.
It's
and we talked about it.
It's that Harrison one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I finally got in contact with the realtor yesterday, And she sent me all that info, and she just said call her back if I had any questions or anything. That was around like 5 o'clock, so I didn't get a chance to call her back.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much. The first file that I sent you is the rent for the second address, and then the second file is a rent roll for the first address. And then the third file is like pretty much all the portfolio info from 2024 and then current.
Okay.
They're also, wait, let me go back to the email she sent me. The rent roll for both don't cover, like, they both have 2 units that they don't cover.
Okay.
But the total I gave you is the total for all the units included, like that are occupied at the moment.
Okay.
I think there's 3 on one and 4 on the other that aren't.
Yeah, so I'm
occupied,
seeing
I
like
believe.
6,100 for like some of them on Harrison. Let me see what the other.
Yeah, Harrison, I think it's 6128, and then the 2 units that aren't occupied, one is rented out at 750, and the other is rented out at 730. And then on Woodlawn, what's it say on there? I think it's not 9470, and then the 2 units that it doesn't show are both rented out at 750, bringing it to 10,970 total.
Okay, and they want this all sold as one unit? I mean, one deal?
Yeah, so they can be bought individually, but they are offering it together. And I thought it'd probably be more of a solid deal to do them together.
Okay, and are you thinking seller finance here at all?
Yeah, so on that third file I sent you,
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of pages or whatever, but they have a section on there for possible buying routes. So they have numbers for traditional banking, agency debt, seller finance, and cash. On their seller finance, though, they have it. It's like they have it at 30% down.
Yeah.
6.25% interest rate, 20 years, 9,300.
Yeah.
A month, and it's only a 2% cash on cash return. So
yeah,
I wanted to get your opinion. I did some numbers with myself. So that 6% they're asking for, which I know there's nothing wrong with interest, of course, but
there is.
I was thinking,
I don't like it.
Yeah, I personally don't like it, but I've heard that sometimes it's not always a bad thing. But
well, if it cash flows massively, people are okay with paying it. But this one's not cash flowing massively. Like a 2% cash on cash is not sellable to any investor. Nobody wants that. So they're kind of skewing their numbers a little bit to make it look good. Yeah, I would come in with your own seller finance. Go with the numbers I usually offer, like 25% of rents, and then go ahead and go 5% down. Throw it out to them. They're very aggressive on what they think they can get for this. I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So the numbers that I did, I put that, and tell me if I'm wrong on this, of course, but I put that 6% on top of the asking.
Yeah. So what do you offer as the asking price?
So what?
Would you put as the purchase price?
1.93.
Okay. I'm okay with
and
that.
And then a down payment of $386K at 4288, or well, I'll just say 4290 monthly. And with
put that at 4,000 just to make life easier.
Or just 4,000 even?
Yeah. Because you can always go up, you know what I mean?
True. I don't know how to change that on Rich's.
Don't worry, that's just what you're gonna offer when you offer it. Don't worry about the numbers as much. It's lower than what you're offering. It's just easier numbers.
Right.
Okay.
So my rental revenue on here is wrong because I just did it the number I put in here was, so you see how I think it's like on the third page. It says like the annual for 2024. So I just took that price and divided by 12, and that's the number I put in on rental revenue.
Okay.
But of course, the current, like for April, or the rent roll for April was that 18,000 number I gave you in the message.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, that's only at 82% overall occupancy.
Okay.
And she also said in the file that there's room to raise the rents. So right now, I think they're at
we always ignore that.
Yeah. So it can go up to 800, but as they are right now.
Yeah, we always go with what they are, not what they can be, because
right.
You could be the Queen of England too. Could be.
So let me see if I can find this again. So based off of 2024, anyways, the cap rate was at 7%, 7.64%.
Mm-hmm.
With the potential of being 11.49%.
No potential. We don't play potential game ever.
Right,
ever,
right.
ever.
The NOI for last year was just under 80K.
Right. So what I want to do in this case is come in lowball and just leave it with them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then move on, because they're asking for unreasonable stuff. They won't sell it. There's no investor that's going to pay this much to not cash flow. And beat them up on that. Just be like, hey, here's what I can offer. Give me a call back when you guys are ready to deal for real and when you want to sell it. But your numbers are a little bit inflated. And so this is what I can offer. And just leave it there. Don't be afraid to do that.
That's what I was going to do. So I was preparing 2 offers, basically. The one I told you just now with the 6% over. Because they are at 70 days on Zillow, so it's kind of going up.
No, they're gonna be time is your friend. They're gonna be at the point where they're like, geez, we're not selling this thing. Hey, let's look back at Shadow's deal and see maybe that's something we should be taking. But again, we've got to let it germinate. We got to let it percolate in the it's got to sit for a minute. But give them your lowball offers. Don't do the 6%. Don't do the 6% interest. Go 0% over offer, and then do that $4,000 a month for their payment, and just leave it and just say, hey, here's my offer. I'll let you guys decide.
Do it at asking, and then just do 4K a month.
Yeah, say
do under asking and do 4K a month.
No, I'd do their asking. Just say the only way I can get to your asking price is this way, and that way it allows it to cash flow. Otherwise, your numbers are massively inflated.
Right, and I did do a DSCR loan calculation too, and it was okay, but
again,
it's the same kind of
just drive home the fact that no investor is going to want this. So they've got to be more realistic, and the way to get their purchase price is what we're saying with the seller finance. So if they're willing to, entertain, a 10-year balloon, 0% financing, that's where we're at. And again, the reason we do this is because, you can get them to sign a deal, but you're never going to sell it, at those prices. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find great deals. And so we have to put out a bunch of offers that are, they're not going to be excited about them, but at least it's an offer for them. And as soon as they can't they can't sell it, then they'll be like, oh, well, let's take a look at that other one. Maybe we're being too greedy, and see what happens, and then move on. But the more irons you have in the fire, the better. Because I don't want you to spend an hour on this one when we all know that it's not at their price. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's wishful thinking at best
for them. Yeah, and so I want to make sure you don't waste your time, because you got 10 other realtors that are dying to give you a deal, and you're missing out on calling them because you're spending so much time doing all the numbers on this one. Get your deal, put it out, and move on. And you might hear back from him in 6 months. But if you're to sit and just stare at your phone for the next 6 months waiting for it and not doing go after the other deals. Leave this and you'll be fine. But make sure you put a deal in. I don't want you to ignore it. I want you to put an offer in and then let it go. And they might come back.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't I just did those quick numbers after she gave me that stuff, and then I think I was in Rich's live stream right after that, and now we're here. But yeah, I'm gonna send that to her today because I was gonna call her today anyways.
Yeah, just send it over and say, hey, we've run through all your numbers. It doesn't cash flow with your numbers. So it's not worth investing in. I'm going to send you my offer. This allows us to cash flow, gets you guys what you want as far as the purchase price. And we can all be happy. So take a look at it. If that's something that's interesting to you, then great. Let's do it.
What percentage down payment would you say?
5%, always 5. Start there.
5%.
Yeah, start there. You can go up to 10. I like to be at 5 because that's way more sellable. Again, the biggest part of this, and that's why I've changed my JV agreement. So we do 30-30, and 40 for whoever finds the buyer. Because finding a buyer is a brutal part of this whole situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you're saving yourself time and energy on this end, making the deal so investors can't turn it down. I don't want deals that are okay. I want deals that are insane. Okay? Because I don't buy anything that's not insane. Like, it's just a no-brainer. If somebody's once out of their loan, they got $100,000 in equity, and I can get it for free, that's a deal. That's something that moves, and that's going to move with an investor.
Yeah, because at that what we just talked about, it's at 31% cash on cash with 5% down at asking.
Correct.
So that's a much better, because at first the numbers I had,
you were like
at
what
13%.
Yeah, and those aren't sellable. They just aren't sellable. And so let's save ourselves the angst and everything. Give a low price and move on. And it's a thoughtful low price. It's not you're not just being a jerk and saying I'll give you
a jerk off. Yeah.
So you're giving a reason. You're making sure it cash flows and you're making sure it's sellable. Those are the most important things.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Also, just a quick question, if you have the time.
Yeah. What's up?
So do you ever work in any land deals?
I own a bunch of land, but I like the fact that we can get people into a home and we can get cash monthly. So land deals is a long play. I mean, I bought my land when I was in my 20s. And so I've still got it and it's sitting and it's worth a lot, but now we.
What about infill lots? I guess that's more what I'm asking.
What's that?
Because land is a little different. So like plot of land in a neighborhood or something. Like if you have a house and a space for a house and another house, like that space.
Yeah, I would say the way to go about that is you talk to people on either side before you buy it and see if they have any interest. That way you have a buyer.
I have a buyer.
If you have a buyer, all day long.
Yeah, so she gave me her buy box. She buys in Texas. But in her buy box, she is looking for infill lots too. And I found one, and it's listed at 169. It's a quarter acre lot listed at $169K. But there's a corner lot literally on the same street that sold 2 years ago at just under 3/4 acres, and it sold for $140.
Okay.
So I was thinking like it's
high.
Something's wrong there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was about to send I tried calling the guy before this call. He didn't answer. I'm gonna give him a call a little bit later. But I was gonna shoot him an offer because her price, she said, was $115, and she said anything under that is all me. So like, I was gonna ask you, like, what did you think sending an offer of like 98.5 to start?
I love it.
Give room to negotiate.
Yeah, I would go 90 and just see what they say. You never know. You never know. They're they might have had that land and they got it from their uncle or whatever. You never know.
It's a developing neighborhood, I believe. It's in there. The neighborhood is in like its phase 4 or something like that.
Okay, good. No, that's a good one to buy for sure. But go low, absolutely.
So 90, and then room to negotiate.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Okay, buddy.
And I have comparables too. Like I had like the one I just told you about, and another quarter-acre lot that sold, I think 2 years ago as well at 115. So
good.
Those are two comparables roughly in the same area.
Lean hard on the 115 and say, you're it's not worth 169. There's no chance.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They have 3 others of the same size, pretty much, all asking for 169. And I'm just like, yeah, no, that's not gonna sell at all.
Yeah, and if your buyer will buy all of them, then get them all at that 90. You're gonna kill it.
Yep.
So good to have a buyer first. I think that's excellent. That's really good.
Yeah, she so before I joined Home on Wholesale, I was in a different group, and I was JVing with this girl, and she stopped because she does I don't want to drag this on too long, but she does physical therapy. So she's been focusing on that. So she kind of stopped wholesaling.
Yeah.
But she had a list of buyers in Texas, and she this one in particular reached out to her asking, and so she reached out to me asking, and I just been looking around, but yeah.
Okay,
So
I've got 3 homes in Texas, so let me know where your buyer's looking, because I'm looking for people that can't qualify for a loan. I'd love to put them into the homes lease to own. So if you have anybody in, mine are in Toledo, San Antonio, and Lubbock.
Yeah, so she is in she's in Dallas, Fort Worth, mostly trying to stay in. She's at the investor friendly place, so like Arlington, Cedar Crest, those areas.
Okay.
Looking on Zillow, there aren't that many places in her buy box because she's one in no older than 1971, with at least a 7,500 square foot lot, 15 feet of yard frontage, something like that. So there's a couple other things in there. But I do think my friend has other buyers in Texas overall, so I'll ask her as well.
Yeah, let me know. That'd be great.
For sure.
All right, bro. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Okay, see ya. What's up, Daniel?
Hey, Trent, how are you, man?
Good.
Hey, I don't want to detour the Hold My Hand wholesaling group too much, but I really respect you and your live streams, and just thought I would ask it just a random question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that. That's a nice compliment. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I haven't done any wholesaling deals at all, so I'm just like been listening and just really trying.
Get on the phone today. If you've been listening to me, I want your butt on the phone talking to realtors. So today's your day.
And I've witnessed a couple of those. That you've done with other people, and the support was pretty awesome to witness. So
okay,
it's pretty awesome.
You ready to call?
So anyway, my situation is I went through a divorce last year,
okay.
And I have an agreement with my ex about my home that I was going to refinance.
Okay.
Through my divorce, my credit got pretty wrecked, okay. And through separating different things and different liabilities, and I really wanted to refinance my house, but have been unable to. And so I guess my question was really, what other methods are there out there than just going the traditional route of, qualifying for a loan with the bank and all that? Like, right. Are there other people, private lenders that can really just kind of help you? Or, I don't really want to, right now I'm about to put my house on the market, okay. But if I didn't have to do that, I would love to just keep it because it's a great property. I'm in the Raleigh, North Carolina market, which is kind of a booming market. And I kind of hate to let it go, really. I've got about 40-ish, maybe a little more percent equity in the house.
Okay.
And
now,
so anyway, that's kind of the long and short of my question.
Are you living in a house, or are you somewhere else?
I do.
Okay, so
I live in it, right?
It's your primary.
But I am planning on moving out with my girlfriend, so I don't have to live in the house.
You got divorced and now you have a girlfriend? Daniel. What did you learn?
Well, I know, right? I've been divorced only legally for a year, but I've been separated for like almost 4 or 5. So
okay, and so what do you owe on your home?
$240.
Okay, and so you've got about $200,000 left on your loan. What's your loan at? Here, send me the address if you don't mind, and I'll keep
sure.
I'll keep I'll keep it confidential, but then I can.
I don't even know if I know how to do that. That's how sad this is.
Okay, so right click on my face.
Just put your name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Got it.
And tell me what your goals are, just what you're looking to do right now. You want to keep the house, but you want some money out of it, or what's going on?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I just want to do what you guys are doing. I just want to invest in real estate. I feel like this is like a springboard for that kind of.
Absolutely,
yeah. When I move out, just have a little bit of leverage in life and not just let it go by selling the house and then just having. I know I could walk away with some money and reinvest that, but.
And how long have you been in there? So it's your primary, right?
Yes, I've lived here since 2008.
Okay, so you're not going to pay capital gains on anything, which is great. Your loans are awesome. You got a 3.4, a 1.4, and 3.12 on your both loans. Is that second one an equity credit line?
It's a HELOC, yeah.
Okay. So I mean, and you're paying. What does it say you have? So it's saying you have about 150,000 in equity, but from what you're saying, that's not correct, right? Let me see. The
150.
What do you think it could sell for? Do you think it could sell for 384 or no?
Well, if it was fully renovated, it was built in 51, so it's a little bit older home, and I have done a lot of stuff to it. But the primary things, the kitchens, the bathrooms, those are not like modern furnishings, and so I think ARV would be roughly like 420, somewhere around there. It's been plenty of homes that sold for that.
Oh, so you've got a lot of equity. I mean, you've got a good amount of equity. That's more than.
Yeah, but at the spot that it's in now with just fresh paint and all that kind of stuff, I've been doing a bunch of stuff without the major renovations. I think 380 is probably more reasonable.
Okay.
I'm not going for top dollar.
And then your monthly payments are about 12.
Around $2,000 for both loans.
Okay, once you get it through everything. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of sitting pretty. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're not going to find a better loan.
That's why I hate the loan.
Yeah, no, you're not going to find a better loan for sure. Is that $2,000? Is that taxing? That monthly $2,000 or no?
No, it just comes down to, honestly, the agreement I have with my ex, paying her out what I was going to pay her, which is I was just going to pay her 30% of the net proceeds of the house once it was sold or refinanced.
Okay. But you don't have to do it. You don't have to do that until it's sold, correct?
Well, it was kind of like under the stipulation of like that I was going to do it within a year or so,
So you have a timeline
in our separation agreement. So,
is there a way to
again, like I said, this is way off base. I'm
sorry,
sorry,
no. I appreciate it. It's fun. I mean, this is what creative finance is. It's trying to figure out a way to satisfy certain things. So would you have extra money monthly that you could start paying her kind of a seller finance kind of payment so you can stay there without having to pay her all the way up front? Like
Probably, I could probably negotiate that with her. She's open to stuff like that.
That might be the way to go. But that way you can keep the house. You're satisfying your obligation to her, because you're not going to find that interest rate anywhere else. You've got a great interest rate, even on your HELOC. I mean, it is variable, but you're still down at 3.12.
Yeah.
So,
and that was really the main reason why. So we're both on the note or whatever,
right?
The mortgage.
Yeah.
So that can affect her, and detrimentally if I'm behind or whatever.
Sure,
my payments. So if there was a way I could just get her out of the whole situation without
you can, but I would do it slowly. Once you have that agreement in place, you've gotten her out of it. You know what I mean? So if you say, I mean, her 30% of net proceeds, you guys need to sit down and figure out what that is. It could be 50 grand. It could be 40 grand. You guys together need to sit down and figure out what that number is, and you try to get it as low as you possibly can, because right now your equity is 150, 1/3 of that is 50 grand. Then let's talk expenses for whatever. And you could knock that down to 35, 40 grand, no problem. Then set it up with her on a set of payments.
Right. So just do the creative financing with her.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just tell her, hey, I'll give you, I think it's only worth 35 grand, your 1/3 equity. But how about I incentivize it by paying you 5,000 more? We'll go to 40. And I'll just pay you $300 a month for the next, and then figure out what it is. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm just imagining her reaction, but
and if you let her know that the actual number is 30 grand, but you're going to give her 40, then she's going to be like, oh wow, okay, well at least he's working with me.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but you know her better than I do. You do.
Exactly.
But if you can get that over a 5-year period, it's going to be less painful. She's officially out of it the first time you make a payment. Okay. She has no recourse, because you're now you've established that that's the payment, and so she is officially out of it because you're going to make those payments. You're free to do whatever you want to do.
Now, but what about her being on the mortgage?
No, you just quit claim it to you, because so a quit claim deed is usually an interfamily deed,
right?
And it just says that she is quitting her claim to the house because you've set up this other. You've got a contract that says you're going to pay her whatever a month for however many months, and then she's out of the house. And part of that agreement is if you don't fulfill your part of it, that part of the house goes back to her immediately.
Right.
So then
a quit claim deed is not just it's not just the actual deed itself that she's
it is. She's
relinquishing ownership of.
Right. So she's quitting her claim on the house. She's saying, okay, I'm handing it over to him because we've got this other contract in place where he's going to pay me out. And I'm going to be nice and do it over time because I know he doesn't have, 50 grand to put down or 30 grand to put down right away.
Right.
And so the second that's signed, the house is yours.
Okay. I guess that's where my confusion was, because I figured, well, it was mine through our separation agreement, and that was all notarized and lawyered up and all that.
This will be notarized as well. I mean, this is a quit claim deed.
Okay.
It has to be notarized.
Okay. And then, but the actual, so I guess this is where I'm confused. The actual mortgage herself, and I know I already asked you this, but is in both of our names.
Not anymore. It'll be so you can even put the whole thing in a trust. And so, but you don't need to. You can just take her name off of it, and that's part of the paperwork that you're going to say, she's quitting her claim to this, so she's off the mortgage, she's off the deed, she's not going to be a part of any bit of it because you're going to make those payments monthly. So if she's a stickler, she'll say, well, I'll do that at the end of everything. But if you make those payments consistently, she'll have no reason to need that. And so you can even give her a little bit down payment, like do 3 months, do 3 months of payments and say, I'll even get 3 months ahead to start off with or something to incentivize her.
Okay, so I guess that's where I was confused because I thought the quitclaim deed just had nothing to do with your mortgage and whose
Yeah, it's
names were on the
everything.
mortgage.
Yeah, no, because if you're quitting claim to the deed on the house, that's everything that
Mhm.
goes with it. So the mortgage goes with it.
Okay.
Because
Okay, I had no idea that that's really how it went.
yeah, and so that's good for her too, because now she's not responsible for the mortgage. You could stop paying your mortgage and it kills her credit. And so you're not
Right.
going to do that, but that's why she wants to be out of it, so she doesn't. That risk isn't there anymore either.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay.
So yeah, you're
all
kind of
right.
using what you're learning in here in that situation. So it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. I'll look into that some more, I guess, and have that discussion.
You know why divorces are so expensive, right? It's because they're worth it.
Because of stuff like this.
Because they're worth it.
Because they're worth it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's worth
good one.
getting, yeah. I haven't been divorced. So I don't know. It's got to be brutal. I'm sorry you're dealing with that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all water under the bridge, but I just want to salvage what I can so I can, I'm in my 50s. I don't really have retirement. I'm just kind of like, that's why this avenue of what you guys are doing is so attractive to me.
Well, and it's easy too. Like the way you do it, and this is how everybody should be doing it, is you sell a few contracts, you keep that money, your assignment fee, and then turn and burn that into an actual property. And then, and
Right.
especially anything, I mean, if you're handy at all, doing fix and flips near you is a great idea. It's a great way to make some money as well. But I wouldn't do a fix and flip.
I'm actually a contractor here in the
my gosh.
Durham area. So
where are you?
Just Raleigh, North Carolina.
Great area. Like so great for fix and flips.
Yeah, I don't know. Things like this kind of are a little out of my wheelhouse, so that's
okay. You know what? I mean, you're a licensed contractor.
I'm not a licensed contractor,
but you know what you're doing. You can do everything to code.
I do pretty much everything. I do multifamily and residential contracting.
Yeah, I mean that's a superpower. That would be. I mean, start looking for fix and flips around your area, and that might be something you and I could partner on. I've been dying to do a fix and flip just to understand it, but I wanted to have a construction partner that I trusted, and so. Yeah, that's.
I would love to do that too. It really just comes down to capital and just finding something that the ARVs in this area are retarded. They're pretty high.
Okay.
So you can find them pretty cheap and
let's
make some money.
Let's just make that. I'll do a partnership with you, no problem. Let's start searching for something. If it makes sense to both of us, let's jump in and do it. And that way, now you can get on the road to do it. I pull triggers. About everything about I just did it, and I'm like I want to learn, and the only way I can learn is by doing it. And as I've gotten better, the things I'm buying later, like these last 3 houses, are ridiculous deals. My first one's not so good, but hey, it was it was a learning experience. So I've been dying to do a fix and flip just so I can understand the process. And so if I have a partner like you who can do construction, I mean, we're saving a ton of money that way. We're dealing with materials. You're putting in sweat equity. Yeah, the
labor is really where you get
killed.
Hammered.
Well, and I don't trust. I don't want to. I want somebody that's in it the same as I am, so they're gonna do quality work. It's just that simple. Sure. Yeah. DM me and start. That's what you want to start searching for fix and flips in your area, someplace that's less than a mile from where you live. So it's something you can be a part of. That. Let's do it. I'm excited. That's really cool. I wanted to do the same thing with Bashir in Vegas, when have him, manage it, but he ended up getting some other jobs, and so yeah, I'm hungry to do that, and I love Raleigh. I used to go there all the time. So.
Well, there's the magic in conversation, right?
Right. That's exactly it.
It's another thing. Just show up.
Absolutely. No, I'd love to help you out. That'd be great.
Okay. Thank you so much, Trent. I really appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
All right. I'll keep you updated.
Okay. Cool. See you.
Thanks.
All right. Riley Kelly, how are you? Throwing out Morby method at me, getting me all confused. Okay.
Hey Trent, how's it going?
Good. You're going to educate me, so that's great. I mean, my everything I've done has been through Hold My Hand Wholesale, so I've never really sat down and gone over the mortgage method, but it looks amazing. What kind of down payment are you looking in that situation?
0.
That's what you're saying. Okay, so I was like, I was looking at it, and I'm like, okay, what's the catch? 0 down. So explain it to me.
Hey Trent, do you want to get paid to buy a deal by our Morby method?
Yeah, I'm
please?
all for that. Anson, you got a camera or no?
No, I don't have a camera. What's a camera?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Riley, why do you put up
woke
with
so
him?
I
How do you
understand
put
the
up with
meaning.
him? I would be just strangling him.
He's a hard worker, that's for sure.
No kidding. I love it.
Okay, so this property,
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about tenants for the next 9 years.
Okay.
There's what is it? Yes, there's a tenant growing the devil's lettuce for the next 9 years, and the seller will find you a new tenant after that for free of charge. We have it in the contract actually, and you get paid to buy it, and you get $15,000 in cash flow every single month. And the tenant is on an N lease, so there's no management, no maintenance.
Or a triple net, as it's called.
And you get paid to buy it. Best part.
Yeah. Okay. Downsides.
All right. Yes, and you get 4.75% interest for the next 25 years, no balloon.
Okay. And so what's the downside, Anson?
It's in the middle of nowhere and it's growing.
It's not in the middle of nowhere. It's like, I would say probably 45 minutes south of Oklahoma City.
Okay. And it's a grow house. Legal.
Yeah, it's a legal.
Yes,
word.
it's an industrial property that you don't need to grow cannabis in. It can be used for AI, data centers, crypto,
tomatoes,
a ton of other things. But they're using it as a cannabis conservation facility now.
A cannabis conservation facility. That sounds
cultivation.
Fancy. Cultivation. Yeah. Okay, so Anson, do me a favor. Shadow is asking, and I'm sure everybody else wants you to explain the Morby method if you can.
Okay. The Morby method summarized is basically a seller carrying a note in second position, and it's a way for you to buy a property with 0 to little money down, or in some cases you get paid to buy it.
And this one I get paid.
Yes.
Okay. What's the advantage for the seller to do it this way?
Yes. They get to move on from this property quick. They have projects in California that they're working on, and they get a ton of money up front at closing rather than a regular seller financing deal.
Okay. And
yes,
so where does that ton
yep.
of money come from, and what am I on the hook for?
Okay. You're on the hook, technically, I'm thinking this through, for absolutely nothing.
Okay. Why?
Although you still have to make your monthly payments to your lender and to the seller every month.
But it's guaranteed from the rents that are 9 years.
Yes,
guaranteed.
It's guaranteed for the next 9 years. The lease is personally guaranteed by the tenant, and once the tenant moves out, we have in the contract that the sellers will actually find you a new tenant free of charge.
Okay. And why would you guys not do this if it's 0 down? Just the responsibility of the monthly?
Do I have credit?
Yeah, we have to go qualify with a lender for the loan to value.
Okay. And does it matter who the lender is?
Yes. The main thing is qualifying with the lender. That's really the main barrier to entry for everybody. You have to have good credit. And I think the lender requires you to have a ton of real estate experience in order to get the best loan to value ratio. So that's why we're not buying it ourselves.
Can I use my own lender, or do I have to use this
yes,
lender? I can use my own lender.
Yes.
Okay, because I've got a lender that will lend me whatever I want, and so, That's why I'm thinking then it's a little bit more in the balls of my court as long as if I know the lender, I like that.
Yeah, the EMD is only 4,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the inspection period is what?
What did we say, Anson? Didn't we bring it to like 15 days?
Okay.
15 business days?
Technically in the contract, we have it as like 15 or 20 business days.
Okay.
Technically, if you understand.
So what I don't like is technically. When somebody says technically, that makes me think there's something else going on. Why did you say technically?
Oh, and I managed to stick every single contingency I can in there, but they did want EMD.
They didn't want the EMD after the inspection?
Let's just say you have a special arrangement with them.
Well, I need to know all that stuff, Anson, if I'm jumping in bed with this special arrangement.
7 days.
7 days?
No, it's 5 days.
5 days?
5 business days, or do we have? I think in the contract I put in 5 business days.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 business days to submit EMD. Once it's executed, we're really just buttoning up the final parts of it. And then I think it was 7 days to give them a pre-approval letter.
Yep. And we do have a few lenders because cannabis is sort of a special kind of real estate. So not many federal lenders would do cannabis. And we do have lenders who are already fine with cannabis and everything. And yeah, we can get you pre-approved within 24 hours.
Okay. Okay. I'll be honest. It's got a shady factor that I don't love.
Of course there is. Any good deal has a shady factor.
Morally, I'm not into cannabis at all, and so that's tough for me.
If the money is there, you'll be in it for sure.
What is this hard sell for Manson? So let me send me everything. Let me look it all over. I sent you guys my email. I'll send it to you too, Riley. What's in it for you guys?
Okay. We're just wholesaling it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So after closing costs, you would net like 180,000, and then our fee is 175. So like after our fee and closing costs, you would net 180.
Okay, so you guys grab $175,000 out of this deal. Who's paying all that?
The lender.
The lender's paying you guys the 175 and then working it into the loan that I'm going to be paying?
Yes, and then the lender's paying you 182.
Right.
Technically. And basically how, to summarize the mortgage method in a negative way, but in 2 words, is over leveraging properties.
Okay.
Yes, but if you're not planning to sell it, because the seller finance note doesn't have a balloon, and if you get your first mortgage without a balloon, yeah, basically you don't need to sell it, and you can pass on a cannabis building.
Yeah.
Cannabis trend.
Okay.
That's nice. I
sent you my email to both of you guys. Send me every single thing you've got, because I've got a lender who lends big items, and he's my sniff tester. He can see.
We also have a vet business /
Where are you guys
under contract?
Where are you guys pulling all these things?
LoopNet. Yeah.
LoopNet's doing it, huh? Not Crexy? Okay.
We're using both. Yeah, broke your connection. So we have a vet under contract. You get paid to buy that one too, and it's a 25% cap rate.
Okay. So
do you have any interest in
super
being
volatile.
an animal doctor?
I do. I really do. Okay. Is it close to like a Chinese restaurant or anything that we can sell the dead dogs to, or no? See, I'm thinking.
It's in where is it? It's in Maryland.
It's in like Oklahoma, Salisbury, Oklahoma.
Or no, it's in Salisbury, Massachusetts.
Salisbury. That's where Salisbury steak comes from, right? If you've ever had a TV
I don't
dinner,
know.
I don't think you've ever had a TV dinner in your life. Okay, send all of it over. I'll take a look at everything for sure. Let me run it through my lender, who will sniff test it and tell me no. Unless you guys aren't full of crap and it's actually doing what it's saying. I believe in you guys. I know you believe in it. Let's see what we can do. Have you guys done any of these yet?
No.
Okay, because triple net's where I want to be, and so this.
Well, Anson, didn't you have a 61 unit that you did multifamily with Morby?
Kind of. It hasn't closed yet, so it's kind of.
Anson, throw out how many properties have you closed on so far, and what is your net? What have you made?
Can I count portfolios as each property separately, please?
What's that even mean?
Okay, the 61 unit is a portfolio of 4 properties, so technically can I count each one as a different one?
Yes.
Because they're all on separate contracts.
That's fine.
Okay.
I want you to flex a little bit here, buddy.
Oh man. It's made it on.
Do I get to count those in escrow too?
In escrow, yes.
Okay. Seven.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good. That's really good. Okay, guys. This is a 9-year-old that's doing this.
Wait, what? Wait.
Oh, shoot. All right. No, send it all over to and I just my lender is my yes or no man. He helps me.
Can you get your lender to give you 100 trillion?
Just under that's I've got credit for just 10 trillion right now. So I can't go.
That's a pity.
I know.
Yeah, we have a deal for $100 trillion and we're trying to get it. So
what are you buying? Mars? Is that what's going on?
America.
Yeah,
America's for sale.
It's for sale.
I had a guy sell it to me behind 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh, was his name Trump?
I think it was Hunter Biden.
Okay, he was helping it out. This is early days.
Yeah, he was open to creative financing terms and I'm trying to find a buyer.
Okay. Hey, America's worth it. What's a cash flow,
Yes.
America? Have you figured
It's cash flowing amazing. The thing is, now it's drowning in debt. So you would need to pay off your existing mortgage, then you can sub to it.
Okay.
And your lender happens to be not too friendly of a person.
Gotcha. Okay, send it
So it
over.
doesn't really cash flow much. I see it as more of a value add opportunity where you renovate some stuff and you raise the rents on people. That's what I think is the best strategy to do with America.
Oh, Anson, I swear, where does this little brain come from? I'll never understand. Your humor's hilarious. I love it.
Oh, yes. And the thing about the Morby method is we have the seller financing terms in addendum. We don't have it in the actual purchase and sale contract.
Okay.
Because what we do with a Morby what buyers do with a Morby method is most of them don't tell their lenders about the whole seller financing in second position.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's a whole video from Pace Morby explaining it better than I do, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that over too.
Yeah, send that over too, because your accent, I can't understand a word you're saying.
Thanks, Trent.
Thanks, you guys. Hey, thanks for thinking of me. I appreciate it. That's fun. Have you put this in front of Richard? Is he not into it?
Not yet. I don't know if Richard likes cannabis or not. I
He
feel like
loves
he
it.
does. He
Like,
just
yeah.
gives me the right vibe of a cannabis.
No, he
person.
loves it. He can't get enough of it. He loves it.
I think he loves money too. So I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of
Money
his
talk.
2 favorite things.
Cannabis and money. Perfect
Yeah.
combination.
My only problem is, honestly, morally, I'm not the cannabis guy. I know it's legal. I don't care what other people do. It's not for me. But I will throw it in front of my lender and maybe I'll have a buyer as well. So
Yeah, it's technically an industrial property. It's just that they're growing cannabis in it. So it's not like you're buying cannabis.
no, I wouldn't be buying it. I see what you're saying. I'm just facilitating it.
Yes. You're
Yes.
facilitating people's. Okay, never mind.
Anson, you do kind of creep me out just a little bit, just FYI. Technically, you creep me out. All right, Riley, thanks.
All right, thanks, Trent.
and way to go putting up with that. Jeez, that kid.
I do it every day.
It's awesome. All right, keep on killing it.
All right, thanks.
Okay. All right, Based. Caden,
Hey, it's Trent. What's up?
what's going on?
So I was DMing you last night.
Yep.
I'm like completely brand new at this. I've been in it for like maybe 3 weeks or so.
Good. Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could hold my hand through analyzing a deal real quick. I just DM'd
Absolutely.
you something I just found today.
Absolutely. Okay. Have you talked to the realtor?
I have not, no.
Okay.
I want to know if it's
I'm gonna
worth calling.
nope. Okay. So I'm gonna make it easy on you. Calling the realtor is the most important part because we're trying to find out the motivation of the seller. Okay. The reason to call a realtor is if the rents are 1% of the purchase price. So what are the rents on this $1.4 million monstrosity?
13,008.
Okay, so we're right there. So that's close to the 1% rule. Great. Now, are we looking at any kind of renovations?
Yeah, it's all brand new. It looks like a flipper bought this about 10 months ago.
Oh,
and
put in
it's brand new.
ugly floors. That's amazing. Okay. All black marble. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but
You know the Ball brothers? Have you heard of them? They're basketball players.
I have not, no.
So I went to their. My professional career is television sports. I'm a cameraman director for ESPN and ABC Sports. So we went to their house and it looked exactly like this. They had that same floor, and it's in person. It's overwhelming. It's ridiculous. Okay,
It's weird. I agree.
so this is 100% something to call on.
Okay.
And what I want to make sure is that anytime something, hey, Cash Money, mute your mic.
Yes, sir.
Mute your mic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anything that comes to 1%, the rents are 1% of the purchase price, no matter how much it costs. If that's the case, then it's worth calling. So
Gotcha.
next thing you need to do is call, and all you want to find out is the motivation. Don't give them any offers or anything yet. Once we find out their motivation, then we can come up with an idea for them. But this is cool. I mean, it's 12 bedroom. How many units is it? Is it
Kind of a monstrosity. It's got 7, let me pull it back up. 7 apartments in 3 different buildings, and then it's got 2 mobile homes on it.
Oh, and 2 mobile homes. Okay.
Yeah, and 6 uncovered parking spots and 8 covered parking spots. Maybe they charge for those. They might.
Okay, and that's an opportunity for solar as well.
Yeah, cover they probably charge for.
Which is cool. That's another way to. Hang on, I just lost your property. Let me go back to it. No, great, good reason to call. I think you've got definitely a possibility of something that's going to go further.
Yeah. It looks like it's financed though, so I don't know about
Great.
how you can think about a
Well, let me help you out.
creative or a hybrid or just a cash deal or whatever.
Yeah,
would make sense here.
Yeah, let's check it out real quick. Sorry, I keep on going over to it and I keep forgetting to copy the address so I can put it into
Just don't think the information on PropStream is totally accurate. Looks
that happens a lot. Let me check. I've got another one to look. I've got another way to look for it. So let me see. Let me see what it says. Is this off market or no?
No, it's been on Zillow for 9 days.
Oh, okay. We're brand new.
Yep,
Okay,
yeah.
so it looks like it's got they owe basically what they're asking. They owe the balance is 1.3. They've got a horrible rate at 6.46, but that's usually the case at this high of a thing, and they're paying $8,300 a month. Okay.
Yeah.
So knowing that it's $8,300 a month, we're not going to do this on our first call, but what I would do is offer to take over the mortgage,
Okay.
and not pay them anything.
Just get them out from under it.
Just say, hey, you want to be relieved of that $8,340 each month? I can help
Right,
you.
yeah.
I can help you out.
Is it worth lowballing him with a cash offer at all? Just to give
Always.
them 2 options?
Yeah, always. I like doing that just to give them, let them know where we're thinking, because we're going to end up like our offer basically by taking over the mortgage is going to be 13, like 1.313900, because that's what they owe on it. So basically 1.314 or whatever. I don't know how we'd say it.
Yeah, 1.315 I'm seeing here.
Yeah, and so let me just see if this even cash flows if we take it over. It might not. Let's see. What are we getting as rents?
13,800.
And that's confirmed?
That's what's listed on Zillow. Like I said, I haven't called yet, so
Okay,
I don't know
so
for sure.
let me just see. In terms of equity, rent estimate is, say it again.
13,800.
Okay, I'm going to call it 13,000 just to keep it round numbers.
Okay.
I mean, it's cash flows with an assignment fee of 10 grand. Even it cash flows at 58% if we get it for nothing down and just take over that loan.
What calculator are you using right now?
A secret one that I'm not allowed to promote, but it just might end up in your DMs.
Okay, cool.
But I didn't send it, and it's not. I'm not allowed to do it. So,
and you're looking at a mortgage. It's a mortgage takeover calculator.
No, this one's an overall just search thing, and yeah, can't say, but
Yeah.
It really helps because it just tells me everything right out the gate, and you just plug it in. You're not doing a calculator like for me, a spreadsheet calculator. I want to blow my brains out because I'll be clicking around and I change the formulas every single freaking time. And then it's like, no, that doesn't compute.
And it breaks and you got to figure out how to fix it.
Exactly. And I'm not too bright. I think it's been painfully obvious to everybody. So, yeah, it might have made it in there. So, and that might be 7 days. That might be 7 days free. So, that's where I'd go with this, but you're going to do it on your second call. You definitely want to talk to them, and just be like, hey, what's the motivation here? It could be something as simple as, you know what, we just need to get out of town because we committed a crime and we want to move to Nova Scotia or whatever.
Get back to Tijuana or something.
Exactly. So I always need to find out the reason, and then I gently suggest coming in and taking over. The way I always frame it is, wow, it looks like you're paying a lot every month. Is there, would you like to be out from underneath that? And they might be like, are you kidding me? Yeah, we want out of this thing. And
do you think I should lead with mortgage takeover or
nothing? You're not going to lead with anything.
On the second call, I mean.
Second call, you're going to find out after you find out what their motivation is.
Okay, gotcha.
But we just ran that just to see what it would be. And then I can even go with a down payment of, let's say, just for fun, $50,000. Let's see how much that changes everything. I think it's still going to cash flow 22%. So there's our gap. Nothing down to $50,000 down is kind of where we want to land.
Yeah.
The less down, the better.
Covered parking too, which is, you could totally charge for that, I bet.
Yeah, probably, but yeah, I mean it's Phoenix. Phoenix, yeah. Everybody wants covered parking, but I wouldn't rely on that.
Yeah,
I would rely on just that being part of their rents. Yeah, give it a go. I mean, it's a nice property. They have a nice concrete pad outside isn't all dirt from the
and
aerial.
I've been looking in Phoenix for a day or two. I see a lot of these 8 to 12 unit properties where it's all just a bunch of different buildings on the same property. And I kind of wanted to run through it with you to see what I'm kind of looking for here.
Yeah, and it's brick construction on that one wall inside. Looks like everything's brand new in there. So yeah, I mean, I don't know when that's the other thing. It's a great thing to ask them is when were the pictures taken? Because if these are all pictures that were taken right after renovation, which it looks like, if you look out that window in the kitchen, there's still a dirt outside where in the other pictures, like even the aerial picture shows dirt everywhere. It doesn't show that concrete slabs.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so these are pictures that have been taken at different times.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. But give them a call. That's
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, that's the key to this whole thing is finding out their motivation. Let's try to help them.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good. No, good find.
Awesome. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. D Equity, what's going on?
What's going on, Trent? How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Brother, so I mainly just do cash off market. I ran into this stellar financing that I got in Houston. I wanted to talk to you about it. I want to see if you had some buyers because I'm willing to work with you if you have some people in the area, of course.
Yeah, that's where
So-
I've got one property there, and a couple others in Texas that I've purchased. So yeah, and I love seller finance.
Well, watch these terms. So the house
Watch
was
this.
listed. Yeah, watch. So let me know if you like it. Because I had locked this house up like 3-4 different times. None of the terms worked.
No kidding.
So I'll tell you what
Yeah.
Yeah. So the house was listed for $900,000. On that down payment.
Right. What's your assignment? Like 10 grand?
40.
40 grand? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be a buyer because I don't pay that high of an assignment fee because I'm cheap as crap.
No, that's okay. I want to work with you on it because watch this. You're not gonna, like you just said, you don't want to pay over 10, but I could make both of us 20. I can make whatever.
Yeah, let's see
end
what
up
we can
doing
do.
on this.
Let's yeah, and what's the cash on cash? What's your percentage?
Like 16.
16, which is okay.
Yeah.
It's not amazing.
I mean,
I'm a 20 or more because selling these things is really where it's at. But yeah, definitely send me all the numbers. I'll
that sounds pretty good for somebody to come in at, right? Wait, I'll just tell you what I have. So the down payment's actually 160. I'm trying to get 200 for
Gotcha.
the 40.
I get it.
So that's what I mean. What do you think about that though?
So
1.1 with 160 down, is that good enough to make it happen? But zero interest over 12-year balloon.
12-year, yeah, the 12-year is delicious. That's huge.
12 years.
And your payment per month for 1,300 is ridiculous. That's great.
Yeah, it rents for like long term, at least it's like 6, and short term, like Airbnb would be a little bit more.
So 6 is where I would figure everything at. I mean, you're making $3,000 a month at least. I would think the cash on cash is a little bit higher, but your down payments are what's forcing that.
I calculated. I'm very conservative with all my numbers because I make sure my buyers make money.
Yep, perfect. Where are you from originally?
So I'm in Miami. I'm from Miami.
Okay. No, excellent. I mean, send it over to my DMs, the entire thing. We've got a place and it's under contract already.
The guy's about to sign. He's good with all the terms. He's going to sign. That's it. He's not going to look at the contract. He's just signing.
How many days do we have? What's the inspection period?
To move it, I would like whatever buyer to put $5,000 non-refundable. But as far as my MD, no, it's not a lot.
No, how long do we have for the inspection period?
I put 15. I'm not going to lie. The closing is 15 days, but I put a 15-day inspection.
Okay, so we have time to sell it, but the 15-day closing is going to be aggressive.
I can extend it if needed.
Okay. Yeah, send it over. Let me take a look. I've got a buyer
your text or your DM, because I got you on both.
Here, do it. I'll send you my email. That's gonna be better, and I'll have my my girls put it out right away. Tell me the second you have the contract signed. And
Yeah, I got you.
we've got one guy in Texas that I think might be into this because he's into seller finance. But yeah.
I just texted you my name, Dylan.
What's that?
I just texted you my name if you want to send the email there. You're gonna send it on Discord.
Yeah, just I sent it to sorry.
Okay.
I didn't send it to you. I sent it to somebody else. Hang on.
Nah, Trent, that was me.
Was it?
Yeah, D-Equity.
No, you're yeah. Oh wait, okay. Yeah, it's probably been sent by my team too. Okay,
right,
perfect.
I'm gonna shoot you the terms.
Yeah, and the second you get the contract, let me know. Because then we don't move anything without a contract. Because
I understand. Trent, so when I do get that locked up, should I call you? Should I DM you? Should I call you on Discord? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, text. I mean, the email is going to be the best. That way, everybody, my whole team sees it, and I'll see it. And how old are you?
21.
You're awesome. That's great. I love that you're doing this.
But yeah, if you ever want to work on some cash deals, that's mainly what I rip. I don't.
How are the cash deals working? We're having a hard time selling them. Are you getting them sold?
Brother, I got at least 90 assigned already this month.
No kidding.
Yeah. So great. I'm smacking cash. I'm smacking big time.
Yeah, cash. You're killing it. That's good. Excellent.
Especially Texas. If you have people in Texas, send it to me. I got hedge funds. I got beginning to end everybody. Really good fix and flippers that are buying like 500 houses a year. So I got you if you need anything.
Okay, what I really need is retail buyers that can't qualify for loans, because I've got 3 houses there that I own that I want to do a lease to own for those people.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, well, I'll keep my eye out. If you ever want to deal with any cash deals, or anybody in here ever wants to do cash deals, DM me and we can run it.
Okay, perfect.
Appreciate you, Trent.
Okay, buddy. See ya. All right, guys. Let's see. Based, we got you all covered, right? So I'm gonna put you back into the audience. And then whoever brings up the camera, we'll put you up next. Cash money coming up. Thanks for that, Trent. All right. Cash.
Trent,
what's going on?
How are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Okay. I'm doing fantastic. Hey, first of all, I want to thank you for doing this, because I have paid for courses, and what you do every day, my friend, I salute you, and I really thank you for doing this, because even when I get my first deal. But I got the 3 dumb questions.
Yeah.
One of them is the process of the contract. The process of the contract is basically you fill out the contract, then you upload it to DocuSign, correct?
Yeah, you can, or you can do it straight through BuyBox too. The contract, yeah.
Okay. So if I go to the BuyBox, basically my name is not going to be on it. Richard or whoever basically handling the back end for Richard, they're going to sign it, and basically they're going to contact the seller and basically coordinate the inspection and everything else, correct?
Correct. Yep, they do it all.
Okay. The other question that I have on the trust acquisition, what happened to the 10% trust? When the term is coming to an end, the buyer is going to basically compensate the seller at the balloon time, or no?
No, the compensation is we've bought their house, and so that 10% is only because we need them to have some kind of ownership in the trust.
Right.
Their ownership is 100% bringing the mortgage to the trust. They don't have any financial responsibility. They don't have any insurance. if a plane crashes into the house, it's the buyer's house.
Right.
They're just facilitating the mortgage.
Right, but at close of escrow, they need to sign off on that trust, correct?
Nope, it's just paid off and you're all done.
So once they sign and they only have 10% equity, so if
They don't
you
have
wanna sell
equity.
it after-
No. They own 10% of the trust. They have zero equity in the property. They just own a part of that trust, and within the trust, we say they've got no equity. They don't get paid off in the end. They don't. Yeah, none of that happens.
Okay.
They've sold us their house.
Click on that. Okay, I have a few questions about the contract. I'm just gonna go over the contract real quick here.
Yeah.
This contract is basically the only contract that I saw in the document portion of it. Purchase contract and escrow instructions. It has the property address, all the information, and then at the bottom has all this stuff. So whatever basically pertain to our deal, which could be basically a cash deal. You're gonna basically put everything NA on everything else. And if it's a subject, you're gonna only fill out that part, or is there separate contracts for seller finance, separate contract for sub two?
Yep,
and
separate
on and on.
contracts for each one. So just do hashtag contracts.
Where would I put the hashtag? I'm not really tech savvy.
No problem. I'm putting it in for you. So right there will get you. That will get you. You click on that down in the chat.
Okay.
And that'll get you to all the contracts. So you just click on that. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah. So it shows you all the contracts. There's a whole list of them, and you can just go and grab those.
Fantastic, my friend. I really appreciate you helping me out.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. All righty, buddy. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Okay. Javi, or Javi. I can't believe I did a Javi on that. What's up, Javi?
Hey, Javi. Thank you, Trent, for bringing me up.
I know, but I know better. That was.
Yeah, it works. So I'm kind of excited and surprised with what happened today, actually.
Oh, good.
Today.
Yeah, tell me.
I sent a proposal yesterday for a purchase of a property. It's seller finance, all right? The property has been 98 days on the market. It's in Texas.
Okay.
So I did the numbers based on buy box offer.
Okay, that might not be the best thing. We'll see.
I mean, I did the offer. It was over the asking price,
right?
Seller finance, and it was presented today to the owner. And I just got a call from the seller, and he told me he actually gave me a counter offer. Basically, he said, "Well, the listed price is for $199,000.
Okay.
Right? It's a 4-2 bedroom. It's renovated.
Send me the address. Can you send me the address? Just right click on my face and send me a message with the address. That way
message. All right, I'll send you the address right now. Oh. Wait and play.
Don't worry. It's. I just have to accept your. Hold on. Try this again. Now try it.
I think you even want this one, so.
Did it work?
I don't know. It says ignore.
Huh.
Can you send me a message? And
yeah, I sent you let's go. There we go. Hi.
Message.
That work? Here, I'm doing the. Now try it. Try it again. I see you're typing. I see it. Come on. There we go.
Without deal.
There it
Without
is.
deal.
Got it.
All right. You tell me when you're ready.
All right, let's do it. Let me pop this in real quick. So let me tell you one thing. Buy box sometimes gives you a little bit too high of an offer. So I'm a little concerned because it tends to give you an offer that is the very last offer you should ever give. Hang on, I'm just trying to pull it up. It's not popping up.
Well, the counter I got is much better than what I proposed.
Oh, good. Okay, we love that.
Regardless of that, I mean, I wasn't expecting a call from the owner saying that he just rather go directly to me without the agent, and he's willing to take the house off the market.
Oh wow, that's all good. Okay, so I'm not getting. It's not popping up for me. So hang on, let me just try to find it.
Yeah, I'll send you the link from Zillow over here.
Yes. Oh wait. Okay, I see the Zillow. Well, yeah, I got this now. Okay, hold on. Let me just. Why? There we go.
You got it?
Now it's coming up. Okay, good. Okay, so what does it rent for? Just so I know right off the bat here.
It rents for. He has it at for Section 8 rental, and he says he rents for $2,000. But the Zillow estimator is 1,700.
Yeah, let's go with 1,700. That's what I got too.
All right. But he says he can even find me the tenant for 2,000 before I get the house too.
For 2,000?
So,
okay, great.
Yeah, because it's Section 8 and it's a 4-bedroom.
Okay. And so what are the terms? What are you planning on doing?
0 down, 0 interest, $1,600 a month, but a 4-year balloon.
Those zero zeros sound great, but let me run it through. So, and the offer price is how much? His offer price is at 120 or 190. I'm sorry, 200.
Yeah, that's his offer. That's the listed price.
He wants it at the listed with no down payment.
No down payment, 0 interest, $16K a month, and a 4-year balloon. And he'll take it off the market today. We can sign.
Well, I'm sure he would, because you're not going to be making any money on this. You'll lose about 5. You'll lose. Oh. Well, the buyer won't. Because there's. Let me just see.
Even if you rent for $2,000 a month, you will still have tax, though.
No, you won't, because you're not figuring in your
20% off.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's another 408 in taxes and insurance. Operation expenses are going to be about 400. Yeah, I'm sure he loves that deal because he's basically renting it out for what he was, getting, and then not having to pay for anything.
So it's not a deal. Man.
Right. Sounds like a deal. That 0 is enticing. You're like, oh, I don't have to pay anything. But keep in mind that the down payment goes towards the payment of the house when you're done anyhow. So that's not really a payment. We're definitely going to do 0% always. Here's what I would come back at him with. Let's do this. Let's do a down payment. Let's keep the down payment at 0. 1,780 is the rents. I'm going to give him 25% of the rents instead of 100% of the rents is what he wants basically. So at I'll do 1,700 divided by 4. I would offer him $500 a month. Okay.
0 down. 500 a month.
Yep. Then, yeah, 0%. I want to go 10 years.
Years.
Yeah, that might be better. We could, and that's with no down payment, because he's okay with no down payment, which is cool.
I mean, he was okay with no down payment with a 4-year balloon.
Yeah, I don't like the 4-year balloon.
The one that I did, the one that I gave up was 223,428 offer price, monthly payment of $765, down payment of $16,956, and I put a 72-month loan, like a 6-year balloon.
Yeah, and that's still not gonna. It's not the biggest problem here is that that's not sellable. So I want these to be sellable, and I want you guys to, because that's not sellable either. It's a tough one. Yeah, because I mean, for him to want what we're doing, I mean, we can do 10 grand down, but it doesn't seem like he cares about the money down. Then we cash flow, and then we're at 13%, but 13% is not really a sellable deal. We need something in the 20%. Hope you went on mute, Javi. Yep, you're better.
Hello?
Yep, that's better.
Right. So you would counter at 10K, take it 10K down. 500 a month, 10 years, and no balloon.
The 10-year is the balloon. 0% interest.
Oh, 10-year balloon.
Yeah, and then if there's an assignment fee in there for you for $2,000, let's say, then it would be.
Oh, because the one that I did by buy box said that it was a 5,000.
Yeah, but again, it all depends on what the buyer is willing to pay for these things. You know what I mean? So if they're not willing to pay that at $2,000, you can get the cash on cash with those numbers that we just did. Well, actually, even at your $750 a month payment to the seller, we can get it to 21%.
10 down, $750 a month.
Yep.
10-year balloon.
Yeah.
All right, I'll counter with that.
Yeah, let him just sit on it, and maybe he'll be interested in it. You never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. All right. Joe or Joel, whoever turns on their camera first, will pick you. I'll bring everybody else up. Yep. What's up, Joe?
Okay. I just had a simple question.
Yeah.
So on sheet properties, like if they are ready cash flow at the listing price, how much more of a discount do we need to get at that?
On cheap properties, I go 50%. I want it to be an amazing deal. I want it to be, like you found it at a garage sale and it's way below what it should be. That's what's sellable.
Oh, okay.
So I go 50% of the asking price, because the asking price is usually a little bit inflated. And so if we go 70%, I don't feel like we're going low enough.
All right, thank you.
That was it? You're easy.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Joe. Nisam, what's up?
Sorry about that. One second.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. I have A realtor I'm talking to, actually, that would be probably my second or third communication with her. I'm currently speaking to her through text. There's a property I put an eye on in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
She did give me rents. I did put it in the calculator.
Yep.
But for some reason, with whatever she gives me, I'm trying to make it cash flow, but I can't. I was hoping maybe you could help me figure it out.
Send me the address. And I'll get you all set.
Yes, sir. I just sent it to you.
Thank you.
And I have the numbers, obviously, whenever you're ready for them.
I'll take them. Just 1 second. Let me see what we got here. And what kind of method did you want to do? What are we talking?
It would be a seller finance since it's free and clear.
Beautiful. We love seller finance. Okay. What are you? What are the rents?
As of right now, only one property brings in $2,400 a month.
Okay.
And tonight she has a showing for the other unit to possibly be rented out for $23 a month.
Okay, so possible rents are $5,000.
Yes.
That's great. Okay. All right.
So I didn't run it that way. I ran it only with the actual rents because I wanted to see,
yeah. Then what?
Let me ask you a question, please, if you don't mind.
No problem.
So if I come across something like that, for example, with one vacant or two vacant, would I put in the calculator projected rent or the actual rent?
It's a little bit of both. Like if something's renting, what is the one unit renting for?
$2,400.
Okay, and is the $2,400 is that are the two units comparable? I mean, are they both the same?
They are both 3-2.
They're both 3-2s. So we can safely say that they both rent for $2,400 when you get a renter in.
Yes, and I also looked up rents in the area. There's a house, apartment 3-2 right next to it for rent right now for $2,300.
Okay, so let's go 4,500 just to be conservative. Okay, and 4,500, and then what? So what I always do is I take the 4,500, I divide it by 4, and that gives me the payment to the seller. So my payment to the seller would be $1,125. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. And how much are they asking for this place?
$959
or
$950.
$959. Okay.
$959. Yes.
Pretty overpriced for what we're getting. Massively overpriced. So the only way we can make a cash flow is if we can give the seller that $1,125 a month. And then that just cash flows right around 17%. It's not amazing, but it's better. What kind of down payment were you going to offer them?
I thought of giving them around like 9%, maybe 85 to 90,000.
So I like going 5%, so around 47, maybe 50,000.
Okay, and if they would counter, and I can go up until into where would you say would be good to go up to if they counter?
I can't go too much because right now, I mean, with that down payment and everything, you're still at 17%. But that's with a 10,000. Let me hold on. Like your assignment fee, let's put your assignment fee realistic. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's the 20, you'll get 20% cash on cash if your assignment fee is $2,000 with those numbers. But the key is to keep that payment to the seller really low. I mean, if we can go 1,000, that'd be even better. Let me see what that does. So 1,000 would get us to 22% cash on cash. So that's where I'd go. I'd go payment to the seller is $1,000. We want a 10-year balloon. We can go 50,000 down, 0% interest.
Okay, and no balloon? Or
10 year.
8 years balloon, maybe?
10 year. I love 10 years. If you can get 10 years.
10 years, you said. Okay, I'm so sorry. 10 years.
No problem. You can drop it down if you want to, but yeah, 10 year would be where we want to be.
Okay, 10 year, 1,000 a month. and around 40 to 50,000 down payment.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. I do have another one that I'm talking to the real estate agent, also in Texas.
Yep.
They want to sell the real estate agent and her husband. They own this multifamily. They want to get out of it. They own it outright. I really thought of offering them. Can I send you address? Let me know if I'm even in the right place.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Let me find you here again. I'm so sorry. I'm on the phone. I'm so sorry.
No problem. See if that helps. Hey guys, while he's sending me that address, I'm going to pop off here at 11 just for about 15 minutes, and then I'll be in my Discord because my time here is ending at 11. And so if you want to pop over there, my Discord link is in my bio if you want it. And then I'll pop back in there for probably about an hour. I've got to go pick up my van. It's finally repaired, and so I'll stick around for about an hour over there. Okay, let's see. So it's 12:07. No. It just makes it easier. Thanks.
Definitely. I do. She did send me the rent rolls, cash flow, and everything. I took only how much rent they're bringing in a month. They bring in $6,675 a month.
Okay.
It's a 16-unit, 1-1 all around.
16 units.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what's the price tag? Let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. $1.1, 16 units. And what's the average rent per unit? Or just
around the 600 mark.
600 per?
Yeah, around there.
So 9,600 is what we're figuring per month. And then what have you called them yet?
Yes, I've talked to them. They send me all the rent rolls and everything.
Okay. And they own this outright, so you're thinking seller finance for this one?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do the exact same thing. 25% of the 9,600, right? So we'll take 9,600 divided by 4. And that way we get 2,400 a month is what we would give to the seller. Make sense so far?
Yeah, just a quick question. Maybe when you divide it by 4, you divide it like for increments of like 3 months, or
No. I'm taking the rent. I'm taking the rent per month divided by 4. So it's 25% of the rents is what I pay the seller.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
so it's a nice,
okay,
so that way we know we've got 3/4 of the rents. We got 75% of the rents.
Understood.
And you're thinking 60? Are you going with their offer price of 1.185?
Well, I went with a 1.2. But again,
Let's do it.
We came up right now.
Let me
The
check it
rent
out.
is like 96. Their rent that they sent me, they're getting 6,600.
Oh, that's
So
all they're
it's-
getting? Oh, then this is rough.
Yeah, all around is approximately 600, but it's like mixed. So you have some that are like 570, some that are 550, some 650, some 600. And
So
out of this,
okay, so let's start
out of
over.
the
They're only
15.
getting 6,000 a month in rents?
Yeah, 6,675.
Okay, so we're gonna divide that by 4 and see. So now we're gonna give them 1,500 a month. So that's the only way we can allow it to cash flow.
Right. So I thought of giving them 1,300 a month.
Okay, let's go there. I like that. 13's fine.
But my down payment was around 10%. So maybe take it down.
Take it down to 60. Yeah, 60,000 is a down payment. 1,300 a month. Yeah, it doesn't cash flow even at that. Yeah, because yeah, not a good deal at all. Yeah, just I mean, go with the 1% rule just right out of the gate. You're going to pay 1.2 million for a place that only rents for $6,000 a month. That should be a $600,000 place. You're paying double.
Yeah, I should get at least 10,000 per month on this one.
At least 12,000 per month.
Or 12, yeah.
Okay. So that one's like no good. Yeah, move on from that one.
So that would be basically the rule of thumb to negate whether it's a deal or not, to go by the 1% rule with rents.
I do that, and then take 25% of the rents is what you're going to pay and 5% down over a 10-year balloon, 0% interest. That should be pretty solid.
All right, Trent. Thank you very much for your time, man. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I'm gonna open up the other Discord right now. So I'll close out of this one. I'll open it up in mine. And then you guys can filter over there if you want to. And then I can answer you guys' questions there. So give me 5 minutes and I'll be right back. And Doherty, I'll start with you. Thanks, guys. I'll be right back, TikTok. I'll just leave this for now. Hey, go up into the link of my bio. You can get into my Discord for free. So come on in. How many are? Yeah, all 12 of you. Come on in. I'll be right back. Van's ready. The van's ready, but I got 1 more hour to go. Okay, TikTok. We're back here. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to make a phone call. Yeah, let's bring whoever was. I'm gonna bring you guys all up. We're hanging out here. Set live too real quick. Gordy, you were next, so jump on in. What's going on?
Fire. How you doing, Trent? Doing good?
Yeah, what's up?
Fire. So I have a couple of questions regarding a few different types of deals.
Okay.
So the first one is kind of like I've been doing the 1% rule, looking for properties that are renting out, for that 1% of the asking price.
Perfect.
But the problem that I'm kind of running into, I guess, is it's a problem, but some of them are kind of cash flowing too well, I guess you could say, at their asking price. So it's kind of like when I'm trying to do that checkmate pitch, telling them it doesn't cash flow,
right,
they're kind of being like, oh, you know what, so the conversation that I had today with a realtor, that they were asking $275 for a multifamily quadplex, and I came in with a cash offer of $200 and a seller finance offer of $300, right?
Okay.
And they told me they weren't interested in the seller finance and that they weren't interested in the lowball cash offer. I told them, oh, can you counter me? I told them I blamed it on the lender. I told them I really love the property. I really want to make this happen, blah, blah, blah. But I was just like, the lender, it's not cash flowing for me, So he's like, oh, well, the guy countered at 260, like 269, like 5,000 off ask price.
Okay.
So I told him okay, well, I love the property. I honestly love the price, but I told him that the cash on cash return for me was looking like 10 to 12%.
Okay.
And I was like, that's just not going to work for me. And he was like, what cash on cash return are you looking for? I told him we look for a minimum of 15 to 17%. And he goes, oh, well, he's like, oh, in our market, 10 to 12 is good. And I told him, for that, I put it into the stock market, passively, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I don't think I can help you with 15 to 17%.
Okay.
So I just told him that our offers are open if they can't sell the property, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I don't know if I approached that correctly.
You did
That's
everything
exactly
right.
how
No,
I should do it.
You did it right. The problem with our property for us is it's not an amazing deal. It's an okay deal, but it's not amazing. And so that's why you're kind of like, wait a minute, I did everything right. It's just not an amazing deal. So it's going to be tough for us to sell it. So we're looking for properties that have a little bit more of a
All right. So my next question is so I have three different situations here. This one's a seller finance. I have a situation where it's a mortgage takeover. But I wanted to ask your opinion because this is a situation where the property doesn't cash flow because they have it's listed at 160. The property, she has a mortgage of 6% interest. Her mortgage payment is like $900. And the rents for only about 1,000, maybe 1,100 bucks. So there's no cash flow there.
Yeah. So just move on from that one.
Okay, gotcha. Because I had originally offered her 140 because she owes 142, and she ended up being willing to lose money on the property. But then when it came into the situation of the trust, she was like, I don't really want to do the trust. She kind of was worried about that, even though I explained it all to them kind of relatively well. She was worried about that. So I'm wondering, does that type of deal need to be zero down? Because I told her the only way I can happen here is if I come in zero down.
Absolutely.
I told her nothing.
So in those situations, the equity is what it makes it sellable. So if you can sell it to somebody and there's equity hanging out, then the buyer's interested in those.
Yeah, I mean, there was a perceived equity of 20,000, but you
Yeah,
know, that's obviously perceived based on, you know,
what they-
I haven't necessarily looked at the comps. So in something like that, I was thinking maybe if I come and tell the person like, okay, well, what if I pay for the commissions and the closing costs? You know,
You
but
won't
at
ever
that
pay
case,
for-
that's
you don't wanna
5,000.
pay- Yeah, you don't want to pay for commissions ever.
Okay, so for that one, I'll just kind of leave them, and if they ever come back to me at 0, then I'll do that deal
Yes,
as well.
exactly. And don't
Okay,
pay the
cool.
commissions. What I do sometimes is I talk the realtor out of their commission, and I say, hey,
Mhm.
you know, these guys are not making any money. How about I pay you $500? Because
Yeah.
if a commission on a $200,000 place is 6%, you know, they're looking for 12 grand.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you never want to pay their commissions for sure.
For sure. Okay, yeah, because originally I didn't offer to pay the commission. I just was like, look, the only way I can make this work is 0% down, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he presented that. She would have taken it because he was like, oh, she's ready to take a loss. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But her only issue was the trust acquisition part. That she
Right.
was like, she just kind of wants to get it out of her name, out of her, you
Do
know,
you
that
still-
type of thing.
Do you still cash flow at that 0% down?
So the thing is, it's in a great Section 8 place. As is, it would not cash flow like maybe like 1 to 2%, you know, like very, very little at market rents. But if we could get it to Section 8, Section 8 is like 1,300. So it would cash flow a couple $100 a month.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah.
that's why it's the potential to maybe put like 5,000 down and just cover her closing costs so she doesn't have to lose money. But yeah, I was just wondering your opinion on that.
Yeah, I'm very much of the standpoint. If somebody's okay losing money, I'm okay with it too. I'll let them pay the closing costs. I don't have to pay them. That's great.
Yeah, the only issue is like now she's like, I think she's kind of thinking, okay, well, if I'm gonna have to lose money and you know, kind of do it this unconventional way, that's where she's not so down to do it. So maybe if I offer to, you don't have to lose money and we do it this unconventional way.
Or you can even say, hey, I'll split the closing costs with you. You can do that as well. That's always a possibility. But let it sit. Let her sit on it. Now she knows there's a solution out there. She's searching around for a better solution, but this might be the only solution. So let it
Yeah.
sit.
Okay, cool. And then what would you say? I mean, I guess my question is mostly like, what would you say in this situation? Where I guess it's kind of hard without you seeing the property and whatnot. But what would be kind of like the maximum that I can come in and be like, you know, like I'll offer it this much towards the closing, you know? Would it be
50
like maybe a couple $1,000?
I would say 50% of closing. That's usually about $2 grand.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
say, hey,
Yeah.
let's split the closing. You gotta kind of exploit the fact that she's okay with losing money.
Yeah. Yeah. And originally that's why I came in like trying to hopefully I thought when I presented it, I thought that she was gonna do the 0 down and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fire. But she had an issue with the trust acquisition part. So that's why I'm trying to kind of like balance it out.
Yeah, ask her what her issue with that is. Say, you know, you're going to own 10% of a trust. The trust owns the you know, is going to own the building. So it's not like she's got any say to it or anything. She's built in. The only reason we built that in is so in case for some reason the buyer doesn't pay pay the mortgage, she gets the house back. She doesn't lose anything.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
for her protection for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll probably follow up with him in like a week. Next week, I'll probably
Just
follow
keep
up
on
with him and
checking
see.
in. Yep, that's the perfect
Yeah.
way to do it.
All right, cool. Let me see. My last question was regarding a potential cash deal here, but it's
Okay.
kind of an interesting situation because this is a larger complex, like apartment complex, 34 units. I was originally trying to stay away from this, but yesterday I was kind of like, okay, let me make this phone call. And it turns out that the property is in like this situation where the original owners purchased it. They put in like he says like 200,000 to 300,000 in renovations, and then they left it empty. Like they did not put it into a management company. They left it empty for like over a year. And he says in that year, people came and vandalized the property. So now it's back to needing like 200 to 300, maybe 400,000 in repairs.
Right.
So they were asking closer to they were asking 1.25 million. But as I'm having this conversation with him, he's like, they're telling me to just bring offers. And he told me if I come in with 20K per door, which comes out to 680K, he was like, I could present that. So I submitted that offer to him, 20K per door, 680K. But that would be a cash type of deal. He says that they have like, I don't know. He says they have some kind of loan on the property, but they already know that they're going to lose money.
Construction loan?
Yeah, he says they had some kind of loan, and he didn't really tell me much information on
Or
that.
a hard money loan, and those hard money loans are brutal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He just said that it was some kind of loan, but they already knew that they were going to lose money, and that they just wanted to get offers on the table. So I told him I would submit him an offer.
Yeah, go
That's 680K.
Go 600K and just see where they're
Okay.
at. Test the waters a little bit.
For sure. And let me see. So I don't know. I just kind of wondering like what's that process look like? Mostly with the big renovations and the fact that it doesn't bring in any cash flow. Like what does that deal look like for the buyer? Because I'm trying to understand the both mindsets of the buyer and the seller. So I kind of understand the seller's mindset, but what does the buyer's mindset look like in a situation like this?
What's a great deal. And so if this is a $1.2 million property for real, and you're getting it for 600,000, that's gonna be a head turner. Even though it might need some renovation, it sounds like if it was just vandalized, maybe it's not as bad as they're saying. We just have to see. And really, there's a ton of buyers out there that like that kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, because if it was fully rented out, it would be bringing in, like he said, like $300,000 a year. So like, it definitely has potential. But anyways, I'll keep you updated on that one to see what happens.
Good.
I should be hearing back from him today, and hopefully I can start that negotiation.
Okay, perfect.
But appreciate you, Trent. I just had those few couple questions to get some
Great
clarity.
insight. You're getting good insight from the realtors, and that's huge. It's building that rapport is so important, you guys. That's great.
Cool. I appreciate you, Trent. Thank you for everything.
Okay, take it easy.
Take care, bro.
Here, I get an alert from, what does it say? Unusual activity today. Oh, okay. So I got something going on in my Discord. Okay, let's go to New York City God.
Hey, Trent, how's it going?
Good. Are you the god of New York City?
Yeah.
Can
you hear me well? There's some background noise outside. I don't know if
No, you're perfect. Clear as a bell.
All right. So I sent you the first property I'm looking at through DM on Discord if you want to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, so this property I basically called what I thought was the realtor, but this person actually ended up working for the ownership group directly. So I find this great because she's talking about she's not gonna get a commission, which is amazing for me. Don't have to worry about that. The listing price is $249K.
Okay.
Mortgage balance is $230K.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty close up. The PITI is $1,474.
What are the rents?
The rent income, I could get you that right now. 1 second. Sorry, it was a new breakdown here. Yeah, so the rent income is $3,160.
Okay.
And then if we take away, management at 10%, which was $316, and then another 10% for like repairs, vacancy buffer, I put another $316, which is 10%. So the net income is about 25-28. So it's pretty positive cash flow. We're looking at 1054 for the cash flow.
You're saying for rents?
The rent is it's 3,160, but I just took off 20% for management, vacancy, and repair buffers.
Okay.
So that left me with 2,528. And like I said, the mortgage payment is 1,474. So estimated cash flow is about 1,054 a month, which is really good, positive cash flow. Another thing I wanted to bring up.
The mortgage takeover then? I want to
Yeah,
make sure.
I'm looking at mortgage takeover.
Down payment for them.
What was that?
How much is the down payment? I would say nothing. So what are you?
Yeah, so I'm thinking since I don't have to pay a commission, maybe like 5,000, something like that, give or take. So I already spoke, like I said, I already spoke to her. She told me to write her email with an offer and everything. And the both the apartments are occupied now. The top one is renovated, the bottom one is going to be renovated, and they're gonna evict that tenant.
Okay.
But once everything is set, like I said, the cash flow is pretty good with with the rents there. So yeah, I ran her the different avatars. The cash buyer is no good, the retail buyer is no good, but then a creative investor. So we would assume so they also have a more interest rate of 5.5.
Yep.
Which is it's not the greatest, but at least it cash flows.
Okay. Yeah. Your cash flow seems really high to me. I'm getting $300 and you're getting $1,500.
Yeah, it's funny. I looked at it earlier too. Like this seems off.
Really high.
Let me look at my old notes here. 1 second.
And we're saying $3,000 rent, but I'm getting like with all the PITI is $2,059. What's your PITI?
Give me a second here. My PITI is 1,474.
Okay, we're way off. So mortgage payment is, let me double check. Yeah, mortgage payment. What do you have for the mortgage payment?
Mortgage payment. 1 second.
No worries.
Sorry, I got a lot of notes here. Sorry, 1 second.
Got it. It's 1325.
I got 1,474.
Ah, so you haven't figured in taxes, insurance. That's what puts it 2,059. Yeah, so add those, and you're 21% still with the $10,000 assignment fee. If you put that assignment fee to a little bit more realistic, like 5,000, it's 29. And so the reason I never really tell anybody what your assignment fee is going to be, because it all depends on who's going to buy it. And so if we can do a $5,000 assignment fee, that cranks it almost to 30% cash on cash. That's very attractive. That's sellable.
Yeah. So yeah, that one's good. I think I could get something out of that. You're saying like 5 to 10 for the consignment fee, for the commission fee?
You never know. I never know until the buyer buys it. So I never tell anybody anything. So
what you're saying is doable.
Yeah. So what I would do is I wouldn't offer them anything down. That cranks it up even more. So just tell them you'll take it over. You'll take over the burden of their $2,000 a month PITI.
Yeah.
And just see if they'll walk away from it.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, is the property values are actually a little bit higher than what they're asking for it. The property value when I look it up on PropWire is 269.5.
Okay. Yeah, but that's also, we don't know for sure. It's the property value is what somebody will pay for it.
Gotcha.
And so, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I would move forward with this. This is great. I mean, seriously, if you do no down payment, you're up in the 46%. So it's pretty sick and that's still with a $5,000 assignment fee figured in.
That's
so
amazing.
try to get it with nothing. Yeah, nothing down.
Gotcha. So like, yeah, this one, what attracted me to this one was the list price at 249, and then their mortgage balance is 230. When I called her, she basically said, yeah, I mean, we're open to anything. We're just trying to pay off our lender, blah, blah, blah. I don't need a commission fee. So they seem pretty desperate, to be honest. They've been on market for 62 days.
Yeah, just suggest, hey, I'll come in and pay it off. I mean, I'll take over your loan and you'll be done. I like your interest rate, and that's what I'm going after. So make that everything. And if they say no right away, let them sit for a couple weeks.
Gotcha. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and write that email. I'll send you another one I'm looking at. This one I think is even better.
Really?
Believe it or not. Let me just pull it here. Yeah, so Mount Vernon area, what attracted me to this was their list price at 300K, and then their existing mortgage balance is 491. So they're like way over where they're supposed to be at. They're really underwater on it. So this is what attracted me to that. Let me just get.
So yeah, their first mortgage is 770 and their balance is 740. And they're asking 799, which is way overpriced.
Okay, 779. That's not what I'm getting. Is it
99?
The 16 North one? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. I think I'm looking at the. I think I sent you the wrong one. I think I sent you the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that. 1 second. I don't know where that's from.
Yeah,
This
no,
is-
this one has two
this is-
mortgages.
This is
I
the
hate
one.
that. Okay, good.
So like I said, listing price 300K. Their existing mortgage balance is 491. So they are pretty underwater, it seems. I haven't got in touch with the agent yet. I tried calling them yesterday, left them a voicemail. They haven't got back to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and try again today.
Okay.
But I just wanted to run it by you to see if it was a good deal or not. Like I said, this is probably gonna be a mortgage takeover one as well, just because like I said, their listing price and they're way over their head on the mortgage balance. They owe way more than what they're asking for. Let me just
Is
double
it
check.
6 or 16?
Oh, it is 16. I'm sorry. I
Okay,
just
good.
I
Searching,
just
I'm like, I don't see
really sorry. Did you find it though? 16?
No, I found it. I figured it out. Let's see here. Lots of rehab on this one, or no?
Let me take a look at it really quick.
Looks pretty modern from the outside.
Yeah, it looks
There's no-
modern. There's no pictures of the inside. It says, yeah, it just has a description of it. It doesn't really have pictures though, so I have to really like call and confirm. But from the outside looking in, it does look good.
So a better idea of this one. This one's a little bit rough right now. Ask him for recent pictures for sure. Inside pictures. I think this is hammered.
You think it's damaged?
I think it might be hammered on the inside. Yeah, we got to confirm before you can make any kind of, because we got to figure out what needs to be fixed.
Gotcha. Let me just write some notes here. 1 second. All right, so any recent pictures. This isn't working. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I was gonna call them back today and see if we could get that situated, and then also find out what is it in rent that they're realistically paying. This is a multifamily. I'm guessing there's like 2 or 3. I mean, it's a 3-3, so I'm guessing like a 2. It's a 2 family. But yeah, when I look up the rent estimate,
I don't
Go
think
ahead.
it's a duplex. I don't think it's a duplex. It's only got one door. I'm trying to see if there's another door anywhere. Again, they've got 2 mortgages. They owe about 50 grand total.
Oh, wow, that's not coming up for me. When I look it up on PropWire, it only has a 1 loan with a 2.5 rate.
Yeah, these are both 6.1, 6.3. Yeah, I mean, once you get a hold of them and talk to them, see what's up, because yeah, I don't even know if 300 makes sense for this.
Should I also ask them about the existing loans on it, or you think it's too?
Absolutely. Get that out. Yeah, because it rents for 2,000 a month. They want 300,000. Well, in the area, everything's pretty high.
Yeah, this is
Right.
Mount Vernon area. It's like it's pretty high out here. I'm actually not too far. I'm in the Bronx.
Okay.
So I know that rent is crazy high, and if
Yeah.
you
Okay.
find
They
a
got a
deal-
price cut of $275,000 that they just did in
yeah.
April. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You got to find out more. Yeah. There's not enough information to really figure it out.
So let's say it
I,
is good. It's like livable condition. Let's say and stuff like that. Do you think it is like other than that, other than the
That's, I mean, it's good because the comps are twice as what they're asking. So that's why there's got to be something else going on.
something has to be going on, right? You're right. Okay. So yeah, I'll get more information on that. I'll probably circle back with you and tomorrow or something, and then hopefully we have some more info. But other than that, you're saying just find out the condition inside, and
Yep.
then also find out what the loans and maybe what the interest rates are.
Perfect. Yep. Get all that info.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time, Trent.
All right. See ya. All right. Ryan, what's up? It's Ryan, right?
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
I got a deal under contract finally.
Okay.
It follows the 1% rule. It's at 39. He's asking for 39, and currently it's rented for 400.
Okay. So, and he's
No,
asking how much?
39.
39,000. Great.
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It's been on the market for very long, and they asked, okay, why it's on the market for this long? And the realtor just told me that the seller, it's cash flowing for him, so
Two properties. I'm about to DM them to you.
All right.
I'm giving you the address. All right, I sent you the first one. I spoke with this realtor yesterday.
Okay.
It's a multifamily out in Cleveland.
Perfect. What is it? A fourplex, duplex?
I believe it's a duplex.
Good.
It's a duplex. They're renting out 1,000 each per month, 2,000 total.
Got it.
There is no mortgage on it, so it is free and clear on it.
Okay.
And I haven't sent them an offer yet. I just kind of wanted to run it by you and see what you were thinking on it. I put in the numbers in buy box, and it gave me an offer of their list price was 170,
Okay.
and the offer price I was thinking of sending them is 190, 400.
Okay. And that's what
With
buy box gave you?
that's what buy box, correct?
So keep in mind, buy box gives you a really high first number, and it doesn't. It gives you like what the ultimate number is that you should be sending. So I do things a little differently. I'm a little bit I like to be low so I can bring it up just a little bit. It's an easier way to negotiate. Buy
Okay.
box is so high. So like in this situation, I would go with a cash offer of like 102. So it's substantially more, and the rent estimate's 2,000, you're saying?
Yes, they said that they have 2 tenants in there right now, and they're leasing out for 1,000 per month each.
Okay. And so I like going that route as a cash price. But if they if they're interested in getting over their asking price,
I did speak about the seller motivations. The owner is moving to Singapore, so he's trying to basically just liquidate all of his real estate and just trying to get rid of it, so he doesn't have to manage it while he was across. So she did say he was interested in a cash offer.
Okay.
So I definitely will run that by them.
Yeah, we're going to do the low cash offer to incentivize them to do the seller finance, which we like better. And so, so with seller finance, I would go. I always start at the offer price. Say, the way, because we've already said that it's $60,000 less than what we think or whatever.
Okay.
I always say, hey, to get to your offer price, would you be incentivized by a set of payments? Like, can we pay you? If rents are $2,500, it would be $500 a month. Over the next 10 years, you'd just get a check. We'd send it to you in Singapore every month for $500 a month. At the end of that 10 years, we'll pay you the rest because you're a little bit overpriced at 170.
Okay.
Do you think they are or no?
I think so. She did say that there's one of the bathrooms that needs a little bit of renovation in it. And
Okay.
she said that if an appraiser was to come in, it would probably be a bit under what their listing price was. So,
So you're gonna
it probably would be.
Yeah. So we're gonna say, hey, we both know that 170 is a little high, but I'm willing to pay it. And the way we can do that, the way we can get to that number, is through a set of payments. And so, if we did that, we would do 5% down. They'd get $8,500 up front. We'd pay them $500 a month for 10 years.
Okay.
And that cash on cash, with a $10,000 assignment fee, would be 44%. Very sellable. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start there. And then if they don't like it, say, what do you think about 190? Let's just jump right to 190. Okay. And with 190, keep the down payment the same. Keep the payment per month the same. And then we'll, maybe that's something that will incentivize them. It's still cash flows. I mean, it'll be a COC at 40, 44.69. Doesn't change anything.
Solid. Okay. And then I have another property I'd like you to take a look at as well.
Okay.
I'm going to be in that one too as well. This one, it is a dualplex. It is renting at $4,000 a month. Their list price was $550.
Okay.
And I didn't get to speak with the realtor, but she did text me, and we texted back and forth for a little bit. And she said, this one's, again, no mortgage. This one's in good condition, ready to go. The owner's also moving out of state and doesn't want to manage the property being it's out of state.
Okay. And your rents are how much did you say?
She said it was $2,000 per unit, $4,000 total per month.
Great. Okay, so we can offer them $1,000 a month there. Seller finance. Do you think it's a seller finance situation? Is that where you want to go? Do the same thing?
Probably the same thing. I would probably start with a cash offer similar to the last one.
Yeah, and the reason
probably
we
a
do
low
that
cash
is,
offer.
yeah, it's just to get their mindset a little bit off the fact that that we're coming in and letting them know that we think their place isn't worth $550. It's
right.
A little bit high. But we can once you do that, you can come back, offer the $550. If the rents are $4,000, we could do $1,000 a month, and then we're at a 28%, 29% cash on cash.
So you think for a cash offer, start with like
cash offer
475, 450?
Yeah, I would go even I'd go 375.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I run all this through the Wholesale Atlas, and that makes your life way. Have you used it yet?
Which one?
Wholesale Atlas.
I don't think I have.
Okay, I'll throw it into the chats. You guys, Wholesale Atlas has given me 7 days free to give to you guys, and so I'll put it here in the. Sorry, hang on. I'll put in the chats, and you can sign up for it. It really makes things easy. Everything's very simple. It gives you a good cash offer. It gives you a good seller finance offer. You can adjust the rent so it's true, and then your cash on cash comes right up. You don't even have to deal with that mortgage calculator, the offer oven calculator, which I hate so much.
Okay.
So
and then
so try that out
on the creative finance. So probably start at like 500.
Yeah. So
and then move up to 550, similar to the last one.
Yeah, same thing. I would start at 550, 27.5 with a down payment. That's 5%. Okay. And and at $1,000 a month payment, that's 25% of the rents. You're going to be at a 29% cash on cash, which is super sellable. And again, you can even put that up to let's see what 570 looks like. You can put it up to 570 and it shouldn't change anything. As long as you keep the down payment the same and the monthly the same, you're still at 29%. So you can go all
And
the way.
what if they end up countering? Because like I said, I know the one on Cleveland, he was interested in a cash offer. What if they want that down payment to go up? Would I have to go put the monthly payments down, or?
No, you'll see when you go into Wholesale Atlas, you can change your down payment, and you'll see how it affects everything else. And so the down payments. Okay, so the offer price is literally no big deal. You can make it whatever you want, almost. But I mean, if we go to 570, that's where we want to make our changes, because people feel like they're getting 20 grand more just by they negotiate. They feel like they're winning. The down payment, that we can go a little bit higher on that. I do it at 5%. And so 10% is kind of industry standard. If you can get it at 10%, you're doing great. So I always try to keep it between 5 and 10%. That money is just going towards the price down the road anyhow. So it's your money. So it's not a big deal. But it's just a little less sellable if the entry fee is high. Yeah, and so you should be good. This one's great. You'll get. I think it'll cash flow about $1,100 a month at that rate.
Good deal. I'm gonna pitch both of these realtors today, and then either come back with you tomorrow and see what they say.
Okay, perfect. Good. Well done.
Thank you very much, Trent. Appreciate your time.
Take it easy. Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Sir Cedric, what's up?
Hello, good afternoon. Trent, I had sent you my breakdown of a property I'm working on.
Let's check it out.
And I also sent you the address.
Perfect.
It's in Florida. So with this one, it was free and clear. I'm trying to negotiate seller finance with the agent.
Okay.
At first, I started at the list price of 120, 0 interest, and I did 5% down. They shot that down, and then to incentivize them, I said we can go from 120 to 150, and then you see there the down payment of 12,000, which was that 5% previously. So I kept it at that.
Good.
And then the agent went ahead and gave the offer to the seller. She emailed me back the other day saying that the seller declined and that they countered with 30 down and 10% interest. And she didn't specify the list price, so I'm guessing she was thinking that I was still going to offer her 150 with 30 down and 10%. And if you calculate that, 30 down is 20% of the 150, so that's like a regular conventional loan.
Yeah.
And not even, because they're asking for 10%, which a regular loan is 7%.
Yep.
So
I would just stick with your first offer. Just say, hey, thanks. You guys are unreasonable. I get it. But in the next month, when you go to sale, and this offer won't expire, and you guys can use it. So
I think I should hold firm on that 8% down, 150.
100%. Absolutely.
Because I do see that if you calculate it, basically the interest would be about 1.5 really over a long span of time. So you think at that price, those terms, I should not change it, just stand firm on that.
No, because you want to sell it. You can't sell it otherwise.
Okay, so if I go higher than that, I won't be able to sell it.
Exactly. And that's what I want you guys to understand is like selling it is everything. That's the biggest deal.
Yeah, because you got to have a deal. You got to have a deal. So it's not going to dispo if not.
Yeah.
So you're saying I'm at my ceiling right now with this one.
I would be, yeah. I want a good deal. I don't want one because it's the selling it is so hard. And so you're giving yourself more work down the road without having a great deal.
Okay, I got you. I'll hold firm on this then. I'll see.
Cool.
I'll let you know. Thank you.
Okay, take it easy. Kimberly, what's going on?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I found this house. Let me copy and paste everything.
Right.
I'm gonna put the house here and then the rent is.
Right.
Okay, at this point, I feel like I've been making so much phone calls, but I want to start like negotiating. Yesterday, I just rewatched the Hold My Hand Wholesale on YouTube, and he did like a mortgage calculator. Like he's looking for houses that they don't cash flow, right?
Yeah. So that's the checkmate. Yeah, the checkmate pitch where you say, hey, this doesn't, no investor's going to want this, but if we do it through seller finance, we can make it work.
Yeah. One thing that I like, he was saying about like mentioning something about a mortgage calculator, where I can get this, like the weird Excel sheet that he to like show them the breakdown of a mortgage, or
Is that it? I think it's just hashtag calculator. Let me see if that works. Did I spell it right? No. Why doesn't that pop up? Oh, maybe take that off so it doesn't confuse. Try. Nope, that's not it either. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Jay. That's duh. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, if you when you're over and holding my hand wholesale, type in hashtag calculator or hashtag offer oven, and that will work. But if you want to make your life easier, Kimberly, the hold my hand wholesale. I mean, not the hold my hand wholesale, the wholesale atlas. There's so many names. That wholesale atlas. Try that out for 7 days. It's free for 7 days. Then it's less than PropStream. It's $75. Unbelievable how much easier that is than the calculators. I think you're gonna like that way better. What's that?
Can you put it on the chat?
Yeah, it's in there. It's under Maryland's. It's just just the one that's got the premium subscription. So just go up and there's a link, and that will get you that'll get you in there. Oh, thanks for putting that in there, Marilyn. There's the creative offer oven too, if you want to do that. Marilyn found it for you. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. So you sent me over in Tremont. Okay. So here, I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see how Wholesale Atlas works, because I love it. And it's funny because Richard and Chris love it too, but PropStream pays them to promote PropStream, and so they won't promote this one. Okay, so that's your property, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a duplex?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now we come down here. We can view it on Zillow if we want to. Real quick, we see there's no open loans right up here in the top. And then we can come down and you get to decide what you want to do. So if you wanted to go seller finance, you click on seller finance. And look, it gives you what I would offer, which is $15,000 down. The offer price of $309, which is right along what you, yeah. So I do the price they're asking. What do you think the rents are? We just plug it in here.
The rent that they are giving, you want the 25%, what they're actually.
No. Right now, what are the rents? And then we'll go to the 25%. That's what we're going to give the seller. So
What I found from them on like Zillow calculator rent is 1,800.
1,800, okay.
Yep.
And this is already pulled 2,200 for Section 8. Okay. So we're going to go with 1,800 though, and we're gonna zero this out just for now because I don't like to overestimate. Okay. So now this is our monthly breakdown. Okay. But here's where we're going to put in our 25% of 1,800, which is around 425, I think. I'm guessing. So that's our payment to the seller. Okay. Payment to the seller, but this is what we would cash flow. Okay. And see how all these things are green whenever we see stuff like the offer price is green. That's just the thing saying, hey, this is a good deal. This is what we want to do. Now we go down here. It's going to be $30,000 to get into it. I'm going to get rid of the assignment fee for now, just because we don't know. If we don't figure in the assignment fee, it's 22%. So that's something that's sellable. More than likely, it's going to be, let's call it an $1,000 assignment fee, still at 21% with $1,000. So anything over 20% is sellable. And so this gives it to you. The cool thing too is you can just submit it, right to Wholesale Atlas, or I can help you through that back end and JV with you. But it gives everything you need to know, and it gives you pictures. It allows you to go to Zillow to take a look at it. And so it's got all your pictures. So you can see that there's not a whole lot of renovation. It might need some updating, but it's clean enough. It's rentable. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of simple compared to the calculator. Because it's telling you where to go, it's telling you what to do, gives you your down payment right at the 5% is what I love. No, there's no discount code. Just if you click on that link that's there, that will give you the 7 days free. And there you go. So that's really a ton easier. And then if you have something that has and it holds your hand kind of through the whole thing. It doesn't have a mortgage, so it's not even offering you to look at hybrid or subject to. So it kind of guides you into a cash or seller finance.
Yeah. My issue now is like knowing how to pitch it. Because every time I'm trying to talk to them, they're like, "Are you trying to do seller finance?" And I'm like, "Because we don't do that." And I'm like,
Yep. It's hard. At that point, you're like, okay. I always say, what is seller finance? That's the first thing I say. It's like, what are you talking about? And so where I switch gears is I say, well, here's the deal. We're just trying to figure out a way that an investor would want to buy this place because it doesn't cash flow. And so in order for it to cash flow, we need to bring the monthly payment down. And so that's why we're trying to bring a monthly payment to the seller of $425, because now we have a chance to have this property cash flow. There's no investor in the world that's going to buy something that doesn't cash flow because they're investors. They just want to get things that they can invest in. Make sense? I like your confusion. It makes me happy.
"What?"
I like your confusion. It makes me happy to see you.
It doesn't. I want to make a sale, and I'm trying to like make it as feasible for me and for them.
Don't worry
Because
about
if I
them.
believe it, they're
Make
gonna
it
believe
feasible
in me.
for you. Keep in mind, make it feasible for you. Make it an amazing deal that you can sell. If you don't make it so you can sell it, then it's no bueno.
Checkmate pitch. Yeah, I wanna try to do the checkmate pitch, but I know that I need to break down numbers so they can be like, 2 + 2 is 4.
Yep.
I have to.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal. Go kill it.
Okay. This is a
Hey,
good house.
I remember the first day when you were having a hard time getting on the phone. Now you're killing it.
Okay, so this is a good deal.
This one is, yeah. I think you're good.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I lost you, Kimberly. I'm gonna put you down in the audience, but we lost your camera. All right, and I think I got Ryan. You're all good, right?
Oh yes, I just submitted with the link that Merlin just sent. I submitted the deal over there.
Oh, good.
Yes, yes. So should I expect them to contact me like within? It says 24 to 48 hours.
They're inundated, and so give them 2 days, and they'll be back to you for sure.
Okay. All right.
All right. Great. Thanks so much. Take it easy. All right. Our last one is Brecken. What's going on?
Hey, Trent. How are you?
Good. Super loud. I don't think
Do what?
Pretty sure your mic's not working. It's just nothing but when you press to talk, it gets really loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it better?
Nope. It's terrible. Try bypassing your headphones, see if that works. I know you're talking, but it's just all I hear is.
Is that better?
Nope.
I can't even hear you now.
Can you hear me? No, try to unplug your headphones. You can just use the computer's mic. No, there's just a massive amount of background noise. I don't know what it is. Try try the noise calculation. If you go down to your name, there we go. Better. Yeah, way better. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
So I got a deal submitted to your thing with Kate. She's working on it right now.
Okay.
But I'm starting to kind of second guess it, so I want to see what you think about it. I just sent it
let's
to
take a
you.
look at it.
I sent it to your inbox. Now it is a cash deal. It's not seller finance because it does need a little bit of work.
Okay.
But
How
it's
much?
right it's like an hour outside of Dallas, so I don't know how appealing it would be to people. But I just wanted to get somebody's professional opinion on it before
Okay.
going any further, just in case I need to terminate it.
Yeah, let me run it through wholesale real quick and we can check it out. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys again so we can show this off. Okay, so we're going to search it out. Hey, nobody steal his deal, guys,
Oh,
too.
it's under contract, so they can't.
What's
They can't.
that?
It's under contract, so they can't take it.
Good. Okay, so then here we go. Okay, so how much work does it need? What do you estimate the work?
I put it in that note. Light to moderate. So I think, maybe 25, 30 would do it justice a little
Fair?
bit.
I think that's fair. Okay, and you're going just the cash offer. What was your cash offer? Let me look at your.
I'm at 132.5.
Okay, and so Wholesale Atlas suggests 120. So we might be a little bit high. So we'll go with 130.
136.5.
136.
Yeah.
And they had it listed for 199. Okay. Oops. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, so 136.5. What are the rents? Is that about right for the rents?
Yeah, I think so. About 1,300 is what the seller told me. Because she went through a discount agent, so all he did was pretty much just post it on Zillow for her. The rest was communicated through the active seller.
Okay. So right now everything's so do you see the net revenues 12.15? And if we're saying rents are 13.35, we really don't have a whole lot to go on here. Let's see. Plus we need to do rehab cost of 20 grand. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is even really a deal. Yeah, our cash on cash negative 20. So we're in it for 52,000. Yeah, it's just a tough one because it's like not going to
Yeah, where I thought the profit was coming in is because the estimated ARV is 260 to 270.
I know, but we can never really count on that. So if we're saying the ARV, I don't know if it has ARV here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be tough to sell. That's the bottom line. Because it is kind of just rustic and out there. And I don't know if it's going to be that attractive to buyers, to be honest.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been talking to Kate about. I told her if she didn't get no traction by tomorrow, I'd probably just end up terminating it because I don't want to waste nobody else's time.
Yeah, and I think it's a great attitude because it's it's in the middle of nowhere, it looks like. And so let me see what it looks like on Zillow. Do you have anything else? Let me see the area.
Yeah, it's like an hour outside of Dallas, so Still kind of far from any major city.
We're showing that. Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. I mean, we're rolling the dice, and we'll see if there is anybody. But I don't think it's going to be a super. I don't think people are excited about this. Yeah, it's on a big.
Yeah, she's got three. It's got 3 additional lots that go with it that are vacant that can be, I guess, built on or put mobile homes or something on it to kind of add value to it. But other than that, as far as the actual property goes, I think, you know, 220 is probably the most you can get for just the property.
Right. Yeah. Let's just see. I mean, it's in there. We'll see what happens, but don't hold out too much hope.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not. I do have another question though. What is your suggestion on tapping into the off market side of things?
It's good. Here's what I would suggest more than anything. If you want to find places, and I freaking love this thing. See here where it says lead gen?
Mm-hmm.
You click lead gen and you load and you just pick your city. Let's say Dallas, since that's where you were. Oops. Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I kind of stay across the whole South because I live in Louisiana, so it's just easier to kind of stay in this little panhandle.
Yeah, Louisiana's great too. So if a place hasn't been searched that day, it takes a second longer for it to bring it up. Plus, Dallas is huge. There's a ton of info in Dallas. I should have picked something a little bit smaller so we could get to it. But now you're doing a lead gen by a city, and so once you find, what happens is when you're looking for things, sometimes you're going to find cities that just rent well. Like where I am right now, I'm in Provo, Utah, and it's terrible. The rents are half of. Like if it's a $400,000 house, it rents for $2,000. It's terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, really bad. But
Yeah.
you'll find pockets like Chattanooga, Tennessee, for some reason has really good rents. New Orleans has good rents.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. New Orleans has good rents, and there's nothing less than 2,000 in the city.
Yeah, and so you just found 3,000 leads. Okay, now you can decide, do you want to do seller finance, the ones that are potentially seller finance? Let's do that, and we'll sort from high to low. Okay, so sort by price, and we'll go low to high and apply those filters. Now, what I love about this is now when stuff comes up, I can look at things and see, oh, okay, this is 89,000 and it rents for 1,600. That's one to call on. You know what I mean? 90,000 rents for 1,600. 92,000 rents for 1,700. These are all condos, but they're doing what we need price wise. And see how easy it is to find them. I mean, I just found 6 of those that you could call on. This
And those
one's
are
90.
on market or off market?
These are all on market. So that is the one thing. Wholesale Atlas is not off market friendly by any stretch. But when you talk to these realtors, the realtors might have stuff that's off market.
Yeah, I just started my 7-day free trial with Deal Machine, trying to kind of tap into the off market side of things.
Yeah. So this is not as much an off market program as it is on market, because it pulls all its APIs from on market.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like seriously, I've gotten 12 so far where the rents are better than 1% of the purchase price.
I spent about 2 weeks trying to do seller finance just on Zillow and using the stuff Richard teaches.
Yep.
But I kept getting shut down no matter how many times I used to checkmate pitch and everything like that. I mean, it could be because
Let me ask you how you're doing it though. Are you calling and developing a rapport with the realtors first?
Yeah, most of my phone calls last about 10 to 20 minutes.
Okay, good. And so are you pitching your idea on that first phone call?
I usually kind of go with a low ball pitch, and then if they decline the low ball pitch straight up, then I'll pivot to seller finance.
Okay, and so what I want you to do is not make any kind of offer on that first phone call because it's disingenuous.
Okay.
I want you to call back. I want you to say, "Hey, I'm going to go run my numbers." You go to Wholesale Atlas and you run your numbers, and then you come back to them in an hour. It's a good reason to have a second touch with them. It's a great reason for them to trust you because you actually call back when you say you're going to.
Okay.
And your vernacular is a little bit more kind of hanging out at the bars vernacular, meaning you're, how do you talk to the realtors? Are you like, yo, what's up? Like, how's that going? Okay,
No, not talk to them like kind of how you tell it, like, hey, I'm a new investor in town, looking to try to get my first portfolio built up. And then I'll pivot to, just asking them questions about the property, building rapport. I was actually on the phone call last Friday with the lady in New York. Our phone call lasted an hour and a half, and we were just talking. We were just talking.
Yeah, so that's good. So once we find out the motivation, then we can decide if we're going to do seller finance or not. This just allows you to know that these are a potential way of doing seller finance. Okay.
Okay.
That's all that's the important thing. And so that's why I use this. I love how it's structured, so I can just look, I can see the price. These I've somehow gotten into the ridiculously high price. Hold on.
Yeah, I think that's what I can at first doing seller finance because I started doing like multifamilies, 12 to 15 units. But
yeah,
those I don't think they want to seller finance as much.
Well, it all depends. That's why we have to find out the motivation. The motivation is everything.
Right.
Okay.
You suggest seller finance for on market, and then off market is better for like your quick cash deals, your fix and flips.
Off market is I don't decide anything until I talk to the realtor and find out what the motivation is. So I don't search by the way that I want to do it. I search by finding out what their story is and what's going on.
Okay.
Because also you could do that whole thing sub 2, and apply that, and then you can find the ones that have mortgages that are ready to be taken over. So here's perfect. You can see
those. Sometimes they're interested, but then the realtor just never gets back to me. So,
but again, it all depends on their motivation. So if you can find somebody that is, and this is what I've done with all the ones I've bought. I moved the seller moved out of town. They tried to rent. They hated renting. They're just done. They're fed up. They don't care about the money. They don't care about the equity. They just want out. And so the more phone calls you find, the more phone calls you make, the more of those stories you find. So that's the key, is you got to make those phone calls.
Okay. Yeah, I try to call from like 11 to about 5 o'clock each day during the week.
Perfect. Just keep on at it. I know it's frustrating, but just keep on.
Okay. So if we don't have nothing by tomorrow with that other deal, just go ahead and terminate it.
I think so. I think it's a good idea.
Okay. All righty.
And Kate's really picky. She'll make sure, like, if there's a potential of something, she'll figure it out.
You told me to hold out until the inspection period ends. So that's why I came to you and kind of asked you what your opinion was.
Yeah. I don't love it. Crushing dreams. All righty, buddy. All right, guys, that's it for me. I gotta go get my van out of the shop and get ready to drive back. I probably won't be on tomorrow unless I get out of here today. I will be, but I'm driving it back to California either today or tomorrow. So it'll be seen. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to come back on or not. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you coming to my Discord, and we'll catch you guys later. See you.